game.
Well, when you consider they both lost their first 3 games, Kangaroos won 1 out of the first 6, Crows won 2 out of the first 6. They've both been stubborn, haven't they? They have just kept at it, both Ayres and Pagan as coaches, and their players have stuck to their task.
Well, you take away the first quarter of the season, and they've both been in pretty good form. One thing, you look at someone like Wayne Carey, at the height of his career, he was untaggable. No matter what, if he put his mind to it, he was going to be untaggable. And the other bloke on the Crows side, we see Bassett there going to pick up Severio Rocca. That bloke on screen, if he's on, for a little man in the midfield, he is untaggable. McLeod.
Let's have a look for King. We saw that Johnson was on Pickett a moment ago. So Carey started at centre-half back on Mark Stevens.
Yeah, young Shirley, Crows midfielder, tagging Brent Harvey.
Archer's got Jarman, start of the match at Colonial. The Crows go to the left of screen, and Simpson, the first kick tonight. He had a few last week that went through Johnson. Pickett's left foot, wobbly to half-forward start, so important here. McKernan, good fly, then crash, bang. Edwards was with him. Tough contest to start with, ball up. Well, Smart might have to find Carey at some stage. Carey's gone down back onto Stevens.
And Johnny Blakey playing on Mark Rasciuto. Rasciuto in the forward 50 along with Jarman. Petrie's down there too for the Crows, and McCartney, his opponent.
Vacant forward line here for the Kangaroos.
Yeah, watch out for Simpson over the top. And it's a ploy that the Kangaroos often use at those ruck contests. Simpson over the top of the ruckman to punch it forward.
Bigland's handball not very good, and put Edwards under the gun. He kicks with his left foot. Surprisingly, off the ground, Johnson to half-forward, Carey and Bashut with Stevens. Stevens has played most of his footy at centre-half back this year, and a boundary throw. And there's the interchange for the Crows.
James Byrne, Doherty, Marsh and Andrew Eccles. Role reversal for Carey and Stevens from their first round clash.
Sinclair's handball good. Shannon Grant belts it onto the boot. Only as far as Johnson. As you said, he did a terrific job on Hipmont last week.
He's a good matchup for Byron Pickett. Hard and tough, Kane Johnson. Good kick.
Fine Stengline. Stengline wide. OK, this is to Welsh. And Welsh's little one to Rasciuto at about 52 metres.
Yes, Rasciuto playing in that forward 50. One of their goal kickers this year. He's playing on the veteran Johnny Blakey, number 12 there, the 35-year-old.
Jarman and Archer are at it in the square. Jars wiping his forehead, saying, oh, a little bit of contact there I didn't want. I'll tell you what, fun for a quiet bloke. And Darren Jarman, he'll back himself in. Archer won't worry him greatly. And you know, this bloke, 90% of his kicks are all over 50 metres. He'll take a pot from him.
He's kicked 5 in the last 2 weeks, so he's been in good goal-kicking form. It's a good kick. It's a great kick. It's a goal. Good call, Dermot. He is a stunning shot at times, and home it goes.
You watch the lead here. He actually leads very well. He leads straight and hard, makes up his mind early when he gets into the full forward type role. And this is behind play. And he's coming off with the blood rule here. Darren Jarman.
Hard to know how he got blood on him. I don't think he's been in too many contests, but gee, that was a good goal by Rasciuto.
In theory, he hasn't been in a contest.
So Marsh to go on. So Jarman, they'll stitch him up in a hurry.
Carey just hanging around the centre-half back position for the Kangaroos. And his opponent there, of course, is an ex-teammate in Mark Stevens.
Where is the blood coming from on Jarman, Dipper?
From the left eye, corner of the left eye. The old boxer's eye, that one.
OK, so Jarman being attended to. Pickett just gave Johnson a bit of a shove, and then off the ground McLeod, and finds the line. So Archer's swapped now. He's gone on to Perry, and Marsh is being picked up by McCartney. So here's Jarman.
Well, let's have a look at this.
Gee.
Clash of heads. Clash of heads. Not very happy, Darren Jarman.
Bigland, Stengline. Then out of the air by Burton. Rawlings got a bit of a shove from Smart. No free kick. Pickett and Johnson again a contest. They've been in the play a bit early. Boundary throw in. So Jarman's gone to the rooms. He might need a stitch.
Well, they don't like to stitch him up on the bench anymore, Wolsey, do they? That's for the, I suppose, the good of the game, the visual aspect.
Absolutely.
Little kick by Simpson to King, who was so brilliant here last week. Just puts it out in front. Jones versus Hart. So the Crows have got Hart on Jones to McCartney. McCartney's handball. Grant cleverly didn't take possession. He knew Bassett was there. Hart happy to put it over the line. Kangaroos looked just a fraction flat early.
Just a little bit flat there. David King took that ball, didn't kick it long enough into the forward line. That's the bench there. And McLaren, Petrie and Cochrane.
So Kangaroos now attacking. Rocker, Biglands, Sinclair, Hart, who had 17 kicks in the opening half last week. Rocker trapped her really well. Back to Sinclair, forced to kick in a hurry, but it's travelled far enough to be a mark. Good contest again by Rocker. Stenglein pushes forward. Sinclair to Harvey. Here's a chance. Harvey with a bounce. Arches his back, gets to 55, banks for goal. It's going to go through almost. Burton. And Bassett in the end did pretty well, I reckon, to make a contest through from behind.
You have a look at that one, and Big Burton, that's just body strength. Had he had a little bit more body strength, then you know horses for courses, but he'd have marked that.
Hart wide, now smart one out against Makepeace and takes a good mark.
Wayne Carey still playing across half-back for the Kangaroos.
Biglands on the burst, finds him. Can make an error, Biglands. He was very good last week, but he ain't flash, that's for sure. He hasn't got McLeod Silky skills.
He's a big unit, isn't he?
And Dermot, look at Wayne Carey. He's across half-back. Stevens is his opponent. I just have a feeling that he'll play there for 10 or 15 minutes and then push into the forward line.
And watch for Smart to pick him up, you'd think. Stenglein's quick kick, Rashudo, and also Blakey. Ball to ground, Carey, well done to McCartney. Not a good kick. He had a short and he didn't go that way. Hart's kick's a shocker. He had Ben Marsh in the goal square. Stevens 60 metres from goal, hooks it back. Marsh is still a chance. The Roos got it. Rashudo away from Blakey for the second time.
Yeah, it was a floating kick. It didn't spin properly, and Rashudo read it better than anybody else, and just took plenty of effort and lunge to mark that ball before it went through for a behind. Johnny Blakey would be pretty disappointed with this start because he prides himself on playing tight and close. What do you reckon, Dermot? Check side, that's the old South Australian kick from that pocket.
He does like them, but he's going, yep, there you go.
I think he's missed it.
So he does like the check side.
Check side or banana.
Banana in Victoria.
Well,
that's what we grew up with.
Cater for those South Australians who'll be watching, so we'll call it check side tonight.
You stick to the banana and I'll call it a check side.
Okay.
Harvey wide to Grant. Got a bad bounce. But Marsh not able to really put a tackle on. Grant's kick not good. They're just not really clicking at the moment, are they?
Third cough up by foot when they're coming forward out of their back line for the Roos.
McLeod's kick is a good one.
And speaking of cough ups by foot, now he's going to have a shot at goal here. Seriously can mark the ball overhead, this young man. And seriously cannot kick it at goal.
What a lovely kick by Andrew McLeod, though. Just a lovely weighted kick. Do his confidence a lot of good if he can split the middle.
Perry's kick, not good, floating. Biglands comes in late. I think it's a behind.
I think he's played it.
The mark. Gee, that looked over.
Dennis Pagan would be most annoyed with that. Ball coming in on the goal line and not a fist on it.
Now, this could go anywhere.
Oh, it's gone between his arms.
Well,
that went between his arms.
Unbelievable goal. I mean, the mark not contested. The kick that should have been smothered, and he is raw, this bloke. He's
Absolutely.
really raw.
And Spider Burton just not getting there, making enough effort, and that's a check side that went wrong, but ended up being a goal.
Having said that, it must be an enormous effort to lift up one of Spider's arms. It's about 4 foot of it.
Well, Dennis will be really thinking now, we're not going here. What's happened? We're 12 points behind the Kangaroos. He would be worried. Remember, Geelong got to a couple of goal lead last week. Adelaide have been terrific starters. Rocker flips it back. Crows doing well. Rawlings to Rocker. The tackle okay. Coming from Welsh. Makepeace squeezy one. Found Rawlings to King. Could goal and will goal.
Well, at the moment, he's the bloke they needed to kick the goal because he's so enthusiastic. We saw him when he kicked the goal, he turned around, he got the crowd involved, he gets his teammates involved, better than just somebody poking through one with a fairly standard formula of play. He will actually excite people about the way he plays.
I like Makepeace's kick, Dermot. He deliberately hooked that little kick and it just gave them a chance to take a clean possession, then the handball off to David King. Looks like Stenglein's doing the tagging job on David King tonight. He'll have his hands full.
Marks 8-2 in the Crows' favour early, but King igniting them as he's done so often. Burton goes early, wins it clearly. He'll fancy himself. McLeod held up, good tackle, ball up.
See the amazing thing about Andy McLeod there, for not a big man. See, the three blokes got to him in the end, and he stood up all the way through the tackle. The power in that bloke's body is phenomenal. King's trying to tag him. Stengland's trying to tag King. Tackle 6-2 as they stand currently.
Burton to Blakey. Blakey's left-footed to about 50. Oh, good mark, Rocker. That's a terrific mark against Bassett.
He's playing pretty well. Used his bulk and his strength to just put the body in front of Bassett, who's a lot smaller than him, and he just allowed his body to protect the football. And we'll see the quick kick out there by Johnny Blakey, and Sab uses his strength, does it extremely well.
Just
now,
while we're watching him... sorry, go, Wolsey.
Just say, how important is this kick for the confidence of this man?
Yeah, he needs one early, doesn't he? Can spray them.
Gee, doesn't he look fit too? He looks as fit as he's ever looked. He's number 2 in the competition in contested marks and number 4 in goals kicked this year. Banging it hard and just missing.
Just while we're waiting on the decision, any sign of Jarman yet, Nipper?
Not as yet there, boys. Must be a couple of decent stitches down there. Here he comes now as we speak, so he's ready to come back on.
Reckon he'd be motivated, don't you? If he wasn't beforehand. Short to Rashudo from Hart.
There is a dark side of Jarman. Don't worry about that, Bruce.
He doesn't get phased by many.
Welsh has kicked to half, rather the kick from Rashudo's a beauty to Welsh.
Running Tyson Edwards.
Played in a premiership. The Kangaroos, he's kicked to centre wing. Goodwin for front spot, good mark on Simpson.
Good contest. Goodwin's been playing in the forward 50. Simpson, his opponent, 2 terrific midfielders.
Burton.
Gee, good foot skills.
To McLeod, they've released him. Little one, and finds Johnson. Oh, is that 50? I think so. That's
well, he's taken the mark. He ended up flat-footed. Look, you love Glenn Archer in your team because he's nasty, he's angry, he puts the wind up the opposition. But there's something like that is just handing a goal that David King kicked at the other end on a platter to get it back.
Kicks the goal. Will Dennis Payton keep him on? What do you reckon?
I think he will. I think he will.
Especially now that Jarman's just run back onto the ground.
Just silly football, though, by Glenn Archer, because...
There's nothing in it, is there?
No, well,
there's no
Johnson's
pain.
taken the mark. From that position, I would say Kane Johnson's a 50-50 chance to kick a goal.
Good touch.
Archer makes it 100% certainty.
Yep.
Well, he's having a pretty interesting night, Glenn Archer. He got Jarman off the ground, stitched up, and then Kane Johnson into the back. So the Crows by a couple here.
7 forwards for the Crows at the moment.
Gee, Biglands bursts through and then belts to full forward. Archer read it beautifully. Jarman tries to run him down. Grant in the back pocket. Grant's kicked to centre wing. Harvey, well done, Shirley, but Harvey had turned him inside out, so the ball had to go out of play or else he was in trouble. Shirley did a great job on Camporelli last week. It was his biggest scalp. He's only had a few matches. It was his first real big one.
He's a good kid, isn't he? He stuck to Camporelli last week.
Rawlings, Simpson and Blakey. Smart kept his feet. Did well. Smart can attack the goals. 50 metres out. It's not a bad kick. Archer.
I reckon that's a grab.
It's a goal. It's a goal.
Is it?
Well, the Crows have got the dream start.
I thought Smarty should have gone up the middle. Jarman doubled back on his opponent then, Archer, and I thought it was a certainty, and it was such a touch and go here. You watch him, he actually has a look inboard. He sees Jarman earlier, and see Jarman's out in front there. Oh, that's a good call. Fair goal.
Well, this is what the Crows have been doing over the last 5 or 6 weeks, starting extremely well.
Their average lead at quarter time's 3 goals in the last 6 weeks. It's what they're leading by right now. Blakey pushing to the midfield. Gee, Adelaide are hard at it. Rashuto to Welsh. Sweeps it back to Edwards. 60 metres out. Short good to Perry. That's as clean as they've been all year.
What about the tackle in the middle of the ground? That's the turnover there, Wolsey.
Yep. Gee, they're direct too, aren't they? They're not going too wide. They are trying to get it in as direct as they can. Tyson Edwards having a terrific season and just puts it in the path of big fella Perry.
Now, this is anywhere stuff. I'd love to see him get a little bit more fluent, a little bit. He just walks off it. Get there.
It's a goal.
Get there.
Oh, there's a lot of risk
with
that. Most unconvincing kick you've ever seen, wasn't it?
Look at Bob Massey used to swing him like that.
Boy.
But the thing is, it's corridor footy, and why they've got 7 in their forward line.
It was Goodwin who put the tackle on.
Fantastic footy, isn't it?
It went Blakey up the front.
Why they've got 7 in their forward line, because the Kangaroos want to put a loose man back there, and Ayres doesn't want a loose man picking up easy possessions, so they're actually manning up the back men. See?
David King working hard to be on McLeod in the forward 50. Make pieces drop back there.
Goodwin, who put the tackle on a moment ago. Rashudo had it for a fair while. Burton in the centre. Kangaroos have to make a stand now, don't they?
Well, their good form of the last month, the Kangaroos, has been because, as you've called it, Wolsey, before the match, their form players are the midfield players supplying the ball. But, I mean, Adelaide have got blokes who take punishment and give it out in there. McLeod, Goodwin, Rashudo, they are punishing midfielders.
Stengline getting back there along with McLeod, just to put a screen and a block. He's just going to try to block David King out of the way to free up McLeod.
Jones was a big fly. Was very effective to Rocker, pushed it down to Sinclair, the handball, but still under pressure here. Well done, McKernan. Hart got the all-important touch to Burton, and the Crows stream away. Burton to half-forward, Stengline front spot. They crash, bang, and a bit of wallop too if you want all of it. And then Makepeace, who is a lefty, does well, but Jarman's a chance. Terrific hip and shoulder. King was wonderfully brave and resilient, and Jarman probably in the edge of attack with him. Motlop panicked a bit, but found the line. I reckon Jarman was looking forward to that.
He's hurting. He's tough, he's hard, but he's hurting. And you'll see it's a solid bump, a fair bump. Just knocks David King to the ground. Good on David King for getting up, but they've gone at him again. And King is shaken up.
And good on Darren Jarman for putting a legitimate bump on him, because he could have really hurt him, couldn't he?
Absolutely.
So boundary throw in here at centre wing.
I'm just going to say one thing about Adelaide on Jarman. You know, he got a bit of revenge there.
Yep.
You watch this throw in, they play so many ferocious numbers around the ball. Look at this throw in here, and they just make it ferocious. The pack converges on it. See the wide shot there? They just put numbers at the ball. Every stoppage, every bounce down, every throw in.
They are number one in the stoppage clearances this year. Harvey, Jarman quick at him. I don't know how he got to him. 60 metres out, straightens up, gets around, Hart puts the pressure on, the kick to Rocker, a bit slow, Bassett, beautifully read, Rawlings will kick a goal, and does. It's a good game of footy.
It's a terrific game of football. It's a hard game of football and a fast-moving contest, and Wayne Carey has just pushed himself up into the forward 50.
Gee, Pickett on the Hart was powerful,
He's lucky he turned inwards. That's the great thing about Adelaide, is that they just play so many numbers at the ball. Certain teams match up against others because they play often, they play numbers forward. Adelaide, if it's anywhere between the two 50-metre lines, Adelaide just push big numbers at it.
Whereas he did...
Carey gone to centre-half forward, Dipper, smart his opponent.
As he did say to Andy May, he's expecting intensity. We've certainly got that in this first quarter.
5 goals to 2. Kangaroos coming back. Bigland's doing well. Blakey second time out of the centre. Probing kick. Carey's a chance. Smart got back. So they'll be disappointed, Carey. The ball just didn't quite sit. Hart's been in wonderful form this year. Both the Bulldogs and the Bombers sort of been hard out a bit in consecutive weeks, but other than that, he's been outstanding. Rashudo's wobbly kick, McLeod couldn't take it. Bickley, arguably his best season, was a bit lucky not to be pinged. Terrific play, Stengline. King went at him hard. Burton takes a couple on. Stevens to Bickley to full forward. Front spot was Perry. Grant read it best. Edwards taken out by Archer. This is a real game of footy. Hard at the back, belts it away. Clayton can't find it. Stengline, Pickett runs through him. Stengline, bending back King, misses Burton, goes back. They get it to Simpson. They get it to McCartney. McCartney to Blakey. And now the Kangaroos to attack. Blakey to centre half forward. Carey versus Smart. Front spot taken by Sinclair. There's a pack in front of him. Sinclair on the left. Little one, out wide. Rocker, it sits. Can he kick a goal? Still with Sam. On the left foot. Pokey old kick, not that effective. Sinclair runs into Harvey, and then Sinclair is manhandle left, right and centre.
Hard contest, terrific contest. Players are going in so hard. I'll tell you what, we've only been going about 19, 20 minutes, and there's some bruised bodies out there. And I think everybody here watching it at Kelowna is having the time of their life. What about the pack around the ball, Dipper? Bit of
what
space
about
behind
Bruce's
it.
call? Fantastic, mate. Have another call, son.
I need you at half-time, Dipper. Here's Goodwin out of the pack. To centre wing, Motlop hard, got a bounce, well done, to Harvey. Harvey squares it up, good play. Kangaroos building a bit here, aren't they?
Yeah,
They've just found their feet, I reckon.
They're actually absorbing the punishment Adelaide are putting at them at the moment. That's
Good kick.
And that was the Shannon Grant left foot at its absolute very best, putting it out in front of Wayne Carey, and he's a very accomplished player nowadays, Shannon Grant. And what about this, Doom? How's the kick?
That's beautiful, isn't it? You've seen that through the traffic there, and that's good. A good set of eyes there, good vision. Dipper, he moved freely in the warm-up. You saw him kicking. Was he slotting them home?
He certainly was, with a lot of power behind him, Dermot, and we expect this one. The distance should not worry the king.
From about 40 metres. Angle shouldn't be a problem. He's careful with it. He's got under it. I don't like it in the run.
Got close to the
missed
man.
it. Probably too careful with it a bit, wasn't he?
He got very, very close to the man on the mark, which meant he had to, well, he just had to get a lot of elevation suddenly on it. And you don't really punch through the ball when you do that. Short on.
Ben Hart short to Edwards. Good on the left end right. Finds Bassett. So they got it outside 50 pretty easily, the Crows.
McLeod's on the move. He's run pretty hard, but they go back the other way, Bruce.
So Edwards switches it up here. Not a great kick. He made Hewitt work a bit harder than he had to. So Hewitt stops a bit now. He delivers. Poor kick by Hewitt. That's a terrible kick. Harvey was wonderful. On the left, McKernan, Bassett belted over the line.
Well, Harvey's kick could have done Corey McKernan a few more favours there. Just set it up over him. Yep. Handballs for the match. Kangaroos 26, Adelaide 11. So Adelaide are playing direct footy.
Rocker lays it down. Goodwood's handball, wonderful. To McLeod, gets himself balanced and then mongrels it poorly actually to centre wing.
Fourth possession.
McCartney playing centre half back on Mark Stevens.
She runs a full way and then goes with a long one to full forward. McKernan couldn't quite. Bassett, well done. And Johnson out of play. You reckon with Mickey's problems, Mickey Martin, McCartney now is officially the #1 big defender for the Kangaroos, isn't he?
Well, McCartney and Archer, but McCartney certainly, Archer's not as tall
in terms of height.
Yeah, Archer's not as tall as most of us think, and McCartney would love that responsibility. Great tap.
5'11" and 3/4 precisely in the old scale is what Glenn Archer is. I asked him one day.
Now Grant's a chance. He decides to go to Blakey. Great kick.
Isn't that wonderful team football? Could have been excused for having a shot for goal. In fact, you would have been pleased for him to have a shot at goal, but he made a certainty of it, and he brings Blakey into the game, and that's important because Johnny Blakely, even though he's a veteran, he's had a pretty ordinary first quarter trying to keep a rein on Mark Rasciuto. This will lift the confidence of the veteran.
It's a good kick. He could have gone for goals, you say, but Blakey right in front. 104th consecutive match tonight. Oh, he's missed. He's missed it. How could he hook it so far?
Well, I had it marked down.
It's almost impossible to believe he could have hooked it like he did.
Well, we talked about confidence. His confidence would be as low as it's been for a while now.
Well, kick wide. Not a great choice by the Crows. They're struggling to get it out. This is a better kick from Blakey. Gee, Hart did well on Pickett. Edwards. Crows confidently get it out. Hewitt happy to give it to McLeod. This is where Adelaide have had some problems in the last 5 minutes. Out wide, effective to Burton. Burton centering kick, dangerous for the Crows because the numbers are with the Kangaroos. Bigland's roving, little give. McLeod, brilliant, well done to Rasciuto. Gets through traffic, lines it up, goes to full forward. Perry versus Teague. Perry takes a beauty.
Now Perry will be the go-to man for the rest of this quarter. The kid Teague is a good, honest goer. We've seen him have a few jobs in his short career already, but he's 186 centimetres and he's up against a young fellow, Ian Perry, who's 191, a lot taller, and actually plays taller than 191. The kick.
It's a goal.
It's his second for the quarter. Now, look, they're hamstrung. Without Big Martin there, they're hamstrung. This kid Teague's, he's a tall flanker, 186 centimetres, about 6'1.5". Perry's a 6'3" or so.
Cochrane, I reckon, might be the size player that could go back there.
Taller, but he's a running player, isn't he, by definition, the way he actually plays the game.
Again, just direct football, wasn't it? Risciuto straight down the middle.
Corridor.
Kangaroos 4-1 against the Crows out of the centre. Blakey twice, but Adelaide leads 6-2.
Gary Ayres has pushed Perry back because he's against the shorter Teague now. He's got the goal squared.
Stenglein had it taken from Makepeace. Down to Goodwin. Goodwin's a penetrating kick. The kick at the back. Teague, they want to bounce. Perry. Blakey. Teague runs it over.
He'd be very happy to run it over too, Bruce. The kid's under a bit of pressure, and you're spot on, Dermot. He's a boy doing a man's job back there. Little Harvey to do the kicking. They use this a lot. They've gone one-on-one, the Crows. There's no zone defence, so we'll wait for a break, and they'll certainly get the footy.
Motlop's got it short. So Motlop, Grant working hard, got him at half-back. So the Kangaroos have got it almost up to centre wing here. Grant busy early. What a game he played in his 150th last year. Good mark, McKernan. Terrific mark. And then goes long and hard, wanting Carey. Burton, Carey, left foot, wobbling it. It's a goal. He's kicked it. Well, the huddle didn't work there, did it? They were able to take it all the way down the ground.
Exactly right, Bruce. And I just think that Gary Ayres has to have a zone defence in plan, because when you take the ball from one end of the ground to the other without the opposition touching it, it's just too easy when they get that first kick-off. And we saw little Harvey just put the ball out, and then it ended up going to Grant way out there on the wing and then up to McKernan. And, yeah, maybe the message has already gone out to the Crows players to set up a zone defence for the next Kangaroo kick-in.
Dependent on the McKernan contested mark at centre-half forward, that one.
Goodwin crashing through. McLeod did well to actually carry it forward. Here's Clayton, first time we've called him. Wobbly kick to the centre. King looking for it. Hasn't had really a possession, King, since Jarman got him. The high kick by Sinclair to fall forward. Carey's half a chance. Grant front spot. Left foot was smothered. Good play down back by the Crows. Force it out. Burton's been good early. Terrific play. They just have to keep control here. Shirley dropped it. Burton toe poked it. Harvey did well. A tackle came on from Johnson. Little kick forward by the Crows. McLeod to chase hard. Clayton to chase hard. Clayton runs it over the line and finds it. Boundary throw in. Gee, it's a good contest early.
Well, the ball is moving so quickly, it's just automatic play on. As soon as one team takes a mark or gets a free kick, they're moving it as quick as they can. So it gives the forwards a chance.
Biglins and Burton. King and also Makepeace almost out, keeps it in, does well. No Crow really chased him hard then. McKernan attacks it hard, came off Rocker's leg. Hewitt almost at the line. Looks a bit nervous against his old team. Hewitt out of play.
And in this first quarter, there's only been 2 free kicks, one to each side. And I reckon that's a credit to the players. As hard as they've played fairly.
Biglins versus Burton. And a ball up. Just might have to ask again a ball. So Goodwin there. So it's 38-22 here. What a good season Goodwin's had again this year after being All-Australian last year. Getting over the top was Biglins. Good tackle. Terrific tackle on Burton, and it came from Rocker, and a ball up.
Just up in the Kangaroo forward line, Shannon Grant's pushed forward. He's in the forward 50 with Wayne Carey. Tyson Edwards, his opponent, towards the end of the quarter. It's not a bad move, because if he can sneak a goal before quarter time, very valuable.
He's had 8 kicks, Shannon Grant. Edwards also has been busy. Motlop didn't take it. Welsh has got it. Gets a bit of distance to about half forward. Stevens versus McCartney. Gee, the kick by McLeod, wobbly old kick, and it's through for a behind.
Got a bit of an in the backer as he kicked it, but the umpire accepted it, and I thought this was going to be a horror bounce for the kid there. But he's done all right, Teague.
Let's have a look at the kick in. They've got the huddle again, so it'll be a break, and they'll go into the wide spaces, the Kangaroos. Motlop first got it.
He's gone the wrong side here, dead-ended from here.
did well, Motlop. So did Harvey. So they're able to get it to half forward. Carey, smart, big fly from McKernan.
Contested mark to half forward again.
It's like what happened with the last kick in. McKernan ended up with the mark across half forward. He's just waiting for Carey to drop back towards the goal square.
He's playing on Hewitt, who he would have been senior to at the Kangaroos over the years, wouldn't he?
Yep.
And he started well, McKernan. The kick to centre half forward to Carey, got him.
And they did it really well. We saw Wayne Carey run back towards the goal, and then Big Sav put a block on Smart, and that was the reason why Smart was late into the contest. You see there's no opposition. He's well in front of Nigel Smart, marks it, and it was Sav Rocker as much as anyone who helped create that opportunity.
You would think this time, Robert, he'll kick right through this ball with a bit of power behind it.
I reckon most forwards like to be about that distance that Wayne Carey is, Dip, because they know they've got to kick through it from there.
Right behind it. Remember, this also came from a kick out. Carey hooking. So just wonder with the huddle, the fact that the Kangaroos have got big, tall forward marking players probably will work against the Crows here, because they can hit that line pretty hard, can't they?
That's where it breaks down. The secondary kick after the quick break normally, but they do have those big targets at half forward, as you've called.
Carey's had 3 shots for goal in the opening term, and he's kicked the hard one and missed the 2 easier ones.
Great effort there by Spider Burton, off balance, able to get a fist on it, force the ball out of bounds. Well done by the big fella. Percentage football when it was required.
Here he is again. Biglands has had a good opening term, though. He's hustled and bustled and kicked a goal.
Crows tackle hard and in numbers. They really do put physical pressure on the opposition. We've seen David King crunch. Johnny Blakey, he'd be feeling pretty tired at this stage, and we're not even at quarter time.
So it is quarter time now, and Adelaide maintain their record of winning first quarters over the last couple of months, and the margin's about what they've been averaging. They're 16 points in front of the moment.
They're 3 big midfielders, Adelaide, 7 possessions apiece, and that's why they're doing well. McLeod 7. We've also got Goodwin 7, and of course Rashuda, who's pushed there. He got 7 possessions as well.
So that's the situation at quarter time. 3-5 to 6-3. 23 plays 39. And you're watching this on the Big Sports Network, and we're celebrating 45 years of footy.
Through forward line, they've just got a cluster of 5 or 6 players around the true centre-half forward position, so there's plenty of space for the long kick back towards the goal square.
Playing tall, the Kangaroos, aren't they, with Carey, Rocker and McKernan. Start of the second quarter, Friday night footy. Crows lead by 16 points. Stenglein, good tap down from Biglands. Funny old kick. Bickley kept his eye on it. Belted forward by Welch to centre half forward. Rawlings, Archer, they all take him on and they get him. And he's gone.
That had to be holding the ball. He took him on there. He just ran the gauntlet. Jarman snuck away. Archer wants to hold it up. Well done.
50 metres again.
Oh, he had to milk it though. Jarman did sneak out the back. He had to disguise it as best as possible.
It is the right call. It is a 50-metre penalty. Number one, he took too long, and then he just tried the umpire's patience too much by throwing it past an Adelaide player. I don't know what's in his head. You could see the way that he tried to split the 2 or 3 players. That was admirable. But what he did there was stupid. That was a stupid act, and he should know better than that. This is 2 goals that he's given away.
Well, they stood up to him, didn't they, as a group, and they kicked the goal through Stevens.
I could see what was going through his mind. His opponent, Darren Jarman, ran forward into space all by himself. He had to throw it back. The kick would have gone to Jarman.
Does he stay on now?
Oh, you keep him on. He knows what he's done. He's too smart not to know, but he's so brave and he's so, I suppose, gung-ho. He's going to take them on. You can't take them off. They're undermanned now. They've got, as Walshy said, they've got a great kid, Teague, on the ground, but he's undermanned compared to what he's up against. You cannot take Glenn Archer away. All you do is appeal to him to make the right decisions now.
3-5, 7-3.
Really testing the coach's patience, though, isn't he?
No doubt about that. He's not jostling as much now either.
I reckon Dennis Pagan may remember those 3 marks from last week and all those great games over the years. Stenglein to centre half forward. Stevens has got it.
Good contest.
Not paid. Gee, okay.
Tough call
Great
back.
piece to King, to half forward. McKernan stretched himself there. Hewitt with him in hard rocker. He's gone, I reckon. Gee, that would have been holding the ball earlier this year. McLeod up and under. Goodwin and Stevens to go hard for the Crows. At the back, Motlop. Blakey running hard. Wants the boundary line, but he'll find Harvey. That's better. Harvey in the half-back flank. High kick. Hart did well, and McLeod over the back cut. affect the mark. Terrific play by the Kangaroos. They were outnumbered and they did well.
Well, the Kangaroo runner has certainly been out to Glenn Archer. He spent at least 20 seconds talking to him, and he's just come back in, taking his tracksuit off. The strange thing is his opponent, Jarman, hasn't touched the football.
It's true.
Well, he was in the rooms being stitched up for half the first quarter, wasn't he? Rashudo's handball.
Watch the pace.
McLeod, good play by Clayton.
Well done.
Did you see that Clayton didn't even go for the football, though? He just watched to see where McLeod was. I reckon he's better off attacking the footy. And you just see Clayton's, all he's interested in is making sure McLeod doesn't break free. He had front position, he gave it up, and then he put the tackle on, which is good.
Had a handful of diapers before actually Andy McLeod actually got the ball.
So Adelaide looking dangerous early here. Biglands back to Goodwin, to half-forward Archer versus Jarman. First real contest for the footy between them. Archer was sensational there, the way he dived in. Teague got it from Harvey. Forced to kick in a hurry, Teague out wide, chasing Edwards. Edwards slips over, gets away from Carey, did well to Smart. Handball to Rashudo, has to backtrack to Edwards, looks up, sees Rawlings. Short kick's a good one. Gee, Stevens has been important early in this quarter.
Just getting away from McCartney.
He's got nowhere to go. Goes to Ben Hart. Ben Hart decides just to load it up. Perry's their go-to. He's probably their best mark. Burton in the pocket. Probably should have used Welsh with a handball, and hooks back for a behind.
There's one thing we noticed last week, Robert Walls, that the Kangaroos got a very young bench, as we see the bench here, and they didn't use them till what, three-quarter time last week?
No,
halfway
that's
through
right.
the third quarter?
Exactly. And again, Dipper, it looks like the Kangaroos will huddle and Harvey will kick into space and find Makepeace.
And does, so you just wonder how long Adelaide will keep on with this. Makepeace at half-back, runs away from McLeod. Ran a heck of a long way to King, put him under a bit of pressure. Goes back to Simpson. They're unsure here, aren't they? Adelaide have been able to clog it up. The kick to half-forward. Bassett with real courage across the front. Hewitt didn't get a handball away. Carey only as far as Bickley to Hart. Adelaide looking the better team at the moment. Out wide to Stenglein. Stenglein to half-forward. Welsh versus Motlop. And carrying it forward, Rashudo. Arches his back on Blakey, and it was out of play.
The full complement of players, 36 players, are basically in one quarter of the ground at the moment. That's the way Adelaide play the game. There's the bench for the Kangaroos. You called it Young, Dipper, McLaren, Petrie, Jones and Cochrane. 21 years of age on that bench, and you're a veteran.
Biglands and Burton. Burton just wins it probably. Stenglein roved it well to Welsh, who's been quite busy. Comes back, finds Rashudo. Rashudo from 60, right to the goals. Jarman and Archer. Archer terrific in the front. Teague tackled by Burton. Teague to the line, finds it.
He did it well, the young fella. He just made sure he was going to take it near the boundary line, and in the end got pushed over. He'd be happy with that result.
Jarman played behind Silvani last week and had some success. He couldn't move Archer then.
No, well, he's very hard to move off the spot.
Burton. Goodwin attacking hard. Back to Burton. That's Burton for the Crows. It's a free kick, is it, against the Kangaroos to Burton.
Too high or in the back? I think it's in the back, actually.
Well, it must have been a free kick because the umpires don't pay them nowadays.
It's in the back there.
Adam Simpson's just said, have a look up at the screen and review your decision. Probably hit face first onto the ground a little hard, and that's what he's gone for, but did as well as he could there, Adam Simpson, to hold him up.
Played 4 games back since his injury, Burton, and has really struggled. They've started him tonight. His 9 goals this year in 10 matches have come in 2 games. Richmond 5, Brisbane 4. Really impacted, but he's given it to Rashudo. Rashudo's missed. It's a behind.
Didn't you get some purchase on that? Did you see how far that went?
Well, now you know why he handballed to Rashudo.
So 2 steps.
Again, David King taking the kick in, and
Clayton's gone too early
they'll
there.
break into space. Looks like it'll go to Grant.
He'll have to hold this up here. There's nothing ahead this time. Oh, Jess Sinclair's got to work for him.
Finds him too, I think. Hart has to hold him up here. Carey's away from Hart.
And press the umpire's tolerance there for the 50 metres, Benny Hart.
So Makepeace between half-forward and centre wing. Oh, huge fly early by Rawlings, but Smart held up very well to McLeod, to Jarman, to Hart, out of play. So you just wonder with Gary Ayres, he is a stubborn, obdurate person, but he's a big-hearted guy. Will he just keep going with the setup from the kickings? Because again, the Kangaroos were able to get it to half-forward.
Well, I reckon there'll be a case one day where every coach will say, no, he'll always go with that, and then he'll just swap it when he needs it the most.
Ben Hart got some purchase on that too. Stevens the target. McCartney did well to belt it away. Jarman and Archer. Stevens, no, didn't go to Rashudo. Probably could have inboard good to Goodwin.
Good touch.
Goodwin's been in terrific form to McLeod. Lovely kick. Finds Perry.
Lovely kick. Perry marked, led well. He's on young Teague. It's a size mismatch. There's probably not a lot that Dennis Pagan can do, but gee, Andrew McLeod, quality off the boot every time.
10 possessions to McLeod, 9 to Goodwin, and a kick from about 47, 48, I think, and it's been a tough kick for him.
It's a lazy, laconic run-up, isn't it?
Oh, good purchase.
Struck it a lot better, hasn't he? He's kicked the goal.
He's definitely their go-to man now. They've got to leave space for him. I mean, we've talked about the kid Teague. He's done a few jobs in the last month, and he's been good value, but he's just undersized here with Mick Martin out of the team. Not his fault. He'll have a go for him.
Dipper, big spider off.
Yeah, Cochrane's on, Robert. Hasn't missed a game this year, and we see big Corey McKernan in the ruck now.
Spider Burton having a spell. Corey McKernan into the ruck.
And effective immediately. Got the best of the bounce and belted it away. Johnson's done well on Pickett. Out wide to Burton. Pretty busy. Adelaide are right on top here. They're 5 goals in front. Burton strolls away. The kick towards Jarman, and well played. Makepeace it was, coming from the side to belt it out.
And the reason why Kangaroos won that one, they're pretty well there and just swarmed it. They're playing a man inside their defensive 50, an extra defensive man. Inside 50s this quarter, 7-1 in favour of Adelaide. So their midfield, once again, is on top for the first half of the quarter.
Biglan's laid it down and then gave it to McLeod. McLeod with some space. Great left foot goal. Is that special or what?
This bloke is, I'd say if everybody stood face to face in the league at the moment, face to face, you'd say that bloke on screen right now is number 1.
Do you remember, Woolsey, when I said on Talking Footy, he played the best 40 minutes of footy I've seen anyone play this year against Port?
Well, he's an absolute gun. Have a look at that. On his left foot, his non-preferred foot, 48 metres out. Kicks at 55 metres.
And that's his weakness, his kicking.
Kangaroos need a goal. They've started this quarter like they started the match, haven't they?
Yeah, their intensity at the start of each quarter is fantastic for the Crows.
Biglan's to Bickley. McCartney will mark it. Stevens getting caught underneath. So the Kangas have just got to steady here, take a chance in steadying and kick a goal.
McCartney let that one get all the way to his chest then. He's a little bit out of confidence then overhead.
Gee, Biglan's covering some territory. McKernan, Hewitt, poor play Hewitt. He had to take it out. McKernan ripped it away, bangs to full forward. Not a good kick. Smart versus Carey. Carey's a chance now. The little ball sit, rides the tackle, gives it to Rocker. Rocker's handball awful for Sinclair. Goodwin mops up. Great kick, Goodwin. Absolutely brilliant. I think he saw Rashudo, and Rashudo's kick to Welsh. Good grab.
This is another problem for the Kangaroos. Welsh is a full forward. In effect, he's playing on Motlop, and again the height advantage with the Crow forwards.
Taking too long. They're all static down the line here. He's got to come a little bit shorter.
Gee, Stevens is getting out in front of McCartney time and time again.
Good kick to Stengline. He might get him here. He has.
Kicking skills are good, Crows.
Gee, Kangaroos at the moment are as flat as a tack, being turned inside out by a team that looks in top form.
They tend to play well here at Colonial, the Crows. Seen them a couple of times this year.
Form in Melbourne is outstanding.
They're
The only
4 out
team,
of 5, aren't they?
only team to beat them this year is the Bombers. They've beaten Richmond and Carlton.
Last goal for the Kangaroos came at the first quarter, 25.5-minute mark. We're now pressing up to the 12-minute mark of the second quarter.
Will he kick it, Bruce? You know these Crows players better than anyone.
This would be a 50-50 at best, but it's a good kick and his goal. Has he? No, hit the post. Well, there you go. I was 50-50 in the run. Not a big goal kicker. He's only kicked 3 goals this year, but not a bad kick off the boot.
Now they've grouped again. They've got the huddle.
There's so much hole in that huddle. I can't understand why umpires don't see it.
Gee, that's a nice long kick.
There's a second huddle at centre-half forward for the Kangaroos. They break now from upfield.
So Clayton to centre-half forward. Crows doing all right. Hewitt. Smart to Edwards. They're so sure at half-back at the moment. Perry, good lead. Should use Welsh.
Get it in quick.
Stengline again, the target. Great kick to Stengline. He's got him again. And that's a terrific mark.
Good, solid clunk on the ball there with the hands, wasn't it? He's actually been good value this quarter.
And Perry's kick, I mean, if he kicked for goal like that, every time he wouldn't miss.
Offensively, he's been good value. He's good value every quarter. He's a good tagger. But offensively, that's his second mark, running forward inside 50.
He's taken 5 marks, Perry.
How do you rate Perry's game, Bruce?
Well, this is the best I've seen him play, Dipper, but he's certainly got a big heart and he competes. Stengline's recovered well from Lance Whitnell last week, hasn't he? Straight in front. He's got it. Well, if you didn't know better, and if it wasn't the Kangaroos, you'd say they're almost out of touch. They have been beaten by more than 10 goals on 4 occasions this year, the Kangaroos.
Yes, they have, and looking at them tonight, you'd have to say that chances of them coming back are very slim, because who's going to fire them up? Wayne Carey, Sav Rocker, Corey McKernan, the 3 big guns up forward. They're all struggling. Harvey, Grant, Simpson, they're struggling. Byron Pickett in picture there. Kane Johnson doing a magnificent job. Pickett only had 1 touch for the game.
Biglands to Shirley, to centre-half forward, went through Stevens. Good attack by Goodwin. Goes back to Stevens. That's a great kick. Teague touched it, didn't he?
Yep, got a hand on it, I thought.
Well, from here it looked like he might have touched it, but he's not complaining too hard, or is he?
I think he's a young kid who now is complaining. I think the umpire recognises it here.
They might change this result.
He touched it.
Yep.
Well, the umpire, the field umpire, went back to the goal umpire and asked him. And field umpire, I think he's accepted the goal umpire's decision, so it will stand as a goal.
And the goal umpire's in perfect position, but it looks to us that he clearly touched it, doesn't it? Are you as convinced as me?
I think he touched it. He saw his fingers spread for no apparent reason as the ball went past. And that was a good shot. They're showing the difference in the size of the 2 men when they stood next to each other.
It's 11 goals to 3 here. It's crunch time now. Smart's having a terrific match. So's his teammates. Hart bangs to centre-half forward. Archer attacking hard. Out wide to Blakey. McLeod will sweat here. Oh, good mark, Blakey. Crows lead by 8 goals and Jarman hasn't had a kick.
Yeah. 1 handball, under pressure. In the back line.
Centering kick. Carey's the target. Clayton at the bottom. Still Clayton. Little kick, a good take. Taken from McKernan. Back to Grant. He can kick a goal. Left foot, it's a goal.
Cannot underestimate the importance of that goal. Just keeps them with a little bit of light sneaking through the cracks in the wall, or the open door, so to speak, just before it slams shut.
Well, they were 49 points behind.
Just the foot skills of the Crows have been sensational. They've just set each other up for marks all over the ground. They've taken 32 marks to the Kangaroos 19.
Shannon Grant's had 10 kicks. He was dropped after the match he played against Adelaide this year. That was the night he got dropped after that game. McKernan, I reckon, has been important the last couple of minutes. Good play at centre-half forward a moment ago. Biglands gets over the top. McLeod, attacked by Pickett, was a good charge. Hart, Rawlings, centre-half forward. They need a couple in a row here. Smart got rid of Carey.
Clever nudge.
Smart's having a big night, isn't he?
I reckon Smart needs a challenge to get the best out of him.
That's a great call, Walsey. He just seems to rise up, but if you're left to his own devices, he coasts.
Yep.
Gee, Burton's mark was good. Kick to centre wing. McCartney got to the front. Stevens had the better of him, but McCartney did well there.
And so about Burton, Spider Burton's back on for the Kangaroos.
Did anybody see Byron Pickett get held in the centre of the ground?
I did.
Unbelievable, Dipper. They just won't pay a free kick.
Grant to half forward. Rocker did very well. Should be a free kick.
Well, they're going to pay that one. The umpire's only 10 metres away, but I'm sure Byron Pickett got pulled in the middle of the ground by the jumper. Umpires have been red on and hot on that for the last couple of years. Let's have a look at it here. Byron Pickett. Have a look at that.
Yeah, against McLeod.
And the ball's with Severio Rocker now. Now he's 1 shot on goal. He pulled savagely to the left. Knowing the big fellow, he'll probably open himself up a bit here, and he'll run at the near goalpost for him. And if he kicks truly, it'll probably go the wrong side of the post. So this is where he gets a little bit of the yips. He'll cater for that first kick. Just spear it through the guts.
48 metres out, he's missed it. So a couple of kicks from Rocker.
Pulled it again.
Just about holding now, Robert. If you're in the huddles when the Kangaroos go in their huddle at centre-half forward, you want to see the holding on there. I mean, umpires just turn a blind eye to it tonight.
Yep, they have to.
That's over.
That's a shocking kick. Grant back to Harvey. Harvey back to Cochrane. It's a goal.
Well, the Shannon Grant goal. Yeah, the Shannon Grant goal is so important. It's given them a little kickstart now, and they've got 2 in a row.
It's a slack kick by which wasn't it?
Yeah.
Having a bit of trouble with the kick-ins at both ends of the ground. Crows?
Aren't the kick-outs a story for the Crows at both ends of the ground?
Yes. Well, when the Kangaroos kick in...
It's from behind the Adelaide goal.
Oh, that's corridor footy,
It's corridor football. The flanks are wide open. Plenty of space there. You've got a theory, though, Dermot, haven't you? Gary Ayres is waiting for the finals to show his own defence.
He might do.
McLeod brilliantly out of the centre. Kangaroos free kick
He's
against
gonna
Blakey for a shove.
Well, Johnny Blakey, 5th free kick for the game, that one. So they're starting to pay them. Johnny Blakey says to the umpire, get up there and have a look on the screen.
Yeah, he's let the umpire see that one, the big Roo.
There was touch on the back, and the big Roo, of course, has played it up, fair enough, and the umpires paid it.
Now, he won't dilly-dally around with a shot on goal here. He'll give it a real good ride.
Silly to say it maybe, but they sort of need it because the Kangaroos have kicked the last 2 in a hurry, haven't they?
Did it well.
Lead by 6 goals, the Crows.
Double the score.
North have got a couple back. Rashudo right in front. It's a good kick. How many goals the Crows from free kicks or 50s tonight? There'll be a few, wouldn't there?
Yeah, they've actually had a few inside 50, so they've done pretty well, but they're playing in front. 3 goals inside 50 from the frees. And obviously the 50 metres.
Oh, Johnny Blakey not having a great night. He's pretty frustrated. He'll work his way through it, no doubt about that.
It's a good kick by Rashudo.
Going with a 4-man forward line, the Kangaroos here, so there's plenty of space if they get it forward.
Gee, Grant really working hard here. Back to Simpson.
1-on-1.
Rocker front spot. Bassett. Rocker did very well. Rawlings kick clever. Harvey for bounces the danger man here. Will try and kick a goal, and he has hooked it and just missed it. Just thought he might have used his pace there, Harvey, to try and take another man on.
Yeah. Interesting to see who does the kicking in this time. Tyson Edwards might have got the sack after the last one.
Just with that one on the Harvey pace, he only had one shepherder, Spider Burton, and Spider was not going to be a mobile shepherder for him.
Fair enough. So Hart quickly to McLeod and quickly to Smart. Now back to Hart. Nothing gained here.
Ooh.
The kick will go to Johnson. It's a good kick.
He ran away from little Brent Harvey then.
The Crows' kicking has been sensational in this first half. They've hit target after target in their general field kicking.
Stevens the target, moving through general play.
And that's where he's gone. Bigland's with him. McCartney made a contest and so did Burton. Boundary throw in. Bigland's work rate really impressive. There's our website. There's a book that we've been promoting, Heart of the Game. You can order that on i7sport.com.
You could also log on and speak to Dennis Cometti this Sunday at 7:30 if you want to, in the chat room.
The golden voice from the West. Bickley, McLeod couldn't get through. Hewitt's handball not good. Cochrane had to get rid of it in a hurry. Bickley probably held on to. Shirley runs to the line. Shirley doing pretty well here on Harvey.
That's good umpiring there, because he did get one high, and if they're going to let them go to Byron Pickett, they'll let them go to Mark Bickley.
They've isolated Pickett in the goal
The
square
most dangerous player is by himself on the wing here, Andrew McLeod.
Yeah, 10 metres off the screen to the right.
Burton's handball held up, thanks Dipper. Cochrane working hard, Motlop to Harvey, back to Grant. Harvey did well to get rid of Burton. Kick by Grant. Spider should have taken it. Gang tackle, probably a bit high by Biglands.
Nelson.
Welsh look away now. It's a good handball because Goodwin's on his left. McLeod Gee, Rocket did well. McLeod will use the run, though. Johnson stretching them out wide on the left foot. Good kick to Rashudo.
Crowd screaming because Smart put Pickett down behind play, but there was nothing in it. Pickett being taken from the field now.
Rashudo is probably 5 metres only too far out. He's such a thumping kick.
We've got nearly every player on the ground in 1/4 of the whole field, and you're looking at it.
Archer's handball nearly cut off.
It's going to be tight.
Burton now coming off the bench is Jones, and Grant will go to him.
Just replace Pickett.
Can Jones get it to Rocker? That's where he's going.
Got him.
Sav's got Clayton, uses him. Clayton's going to have to go. Not a bad kick. It's a chance. It's a goal.
Well, that's a great kick. The closing speed of Andy McLeod just to put pressure on him. He knew he had to get it away because he was lightning closing on him, little Andy McLeod, and he put it onto the boot and just gave it a chance to run end over end here.
It's an amazing game, isn't it? Pickett came off, Jones came on. When Jones came on, he just found himself in the right spot at the right time.
Good coaching.
Able to use him. Well, lucky.
So Pickett sitting it out, just hanging in. They've kicked 3 of the last 4. A goal either way here is a big turnaround, isn't it?
I'd have Pickett back on, give him 5 minutes off, then get him back on the wing or even half-back flank.
Biglands who's done all the ruck work. Simpson, they keep peppering away here, the Kangaroos. Goodwin was terrific to Bickley. Gee, it's tight in the crunch. Edwards got it from Shirley. Adelaide doing very well to half-foot. Archer, terrific.
He's determined as could be, Glenn Archer. He's just got to control it.
Well, he's kept Jarman out of the game, hasn't he? Motlop turns 23 tomorrow. Strolling away. Gee, the chase is good here from Stevens, but Motlop's teased him and then brings it back to Burton and Simpson. Simpson almost in the front. Back turn okay. Handball good. Clayton to full forward. McKernan, Carey at the foot. Grant will kick a goal. The Kangaroos will kick 4 of the last 5.
Well, they stood corridor there. There was Brady Rawlings, there was Shannon Grant, and the long kick came into the key position play. But had the vision been better, McKernan's the contest there. Rawlings and Grant are all by themselves, front and centre, and the kick could have gone to them first up, and it still would have been a certain goal. So they're running better down into their own forward line, the Kangaroos now.
Shannon Grant has gone up another level, hasn't he? Norm Smith medalist a couple of years ago, 16 possessions, 25 minutes into the second quarter. He's become a star.
Kangaroos have kicked 4 goals in 9 minutes here. They've come back pretty well. It's still a 5-goal game, but it feels closer.
Marsh is on for the Crows.
Can't get it out.
Momentum certainly swung back the Kangaroos' way, but it's a pretty handy lead that the Crows have got.
49 points was their biggest margin.
I reckon Gary Ayres will be happy for the siren to go so that he can get them in and then take stock. Have a look at the number of players around the ball at this contest.
Well, you've got 3 players in the Adelaide forward line. You've got 2 in the Kangaroos, and every other pair on the ground is within 5 metres of this bounce down.
34 players in there.
Unbelievable.
That's a scrap up. And that's the way they play. They've
Actually,
got great numbers at the ball, the Crows.
I was counting interchange as well. My mathematics is not too good. Off the ground, Simpson. Little kick to Rawlings. Well played hard. It's an important touch. Rashudo to McLeod. 15th possession for McLeod. Stengline. Still Stengline to Goodwin, who's been outstanding. To Hart. Jarman to go now. Oh, Archer did well.
Well done. Gee, that interception by Ben Hart here on the wing when the Kangaroos were going forward, how important was that?
He's actually recognised he couldn't get a hand to it. He knees him in the hands here. Well, I'll be polite and say it was a knee. He's done everything to do it, though.
Well, he's done everything to keep Jarman out of the game, and it's been pretty effective. Marsh, little give. Rashudo, McLeod. McLeod in the pocket. Touched off the boot. Perry to attack. Bouncing ball. Jarman, Archer. Archer right on top of Jarman now. Harvey was a bad bounce admittedly for the Crows star. King. Still King. Still King. He did get lost. He got lost completely. Disorientated almost, didn't he?
Well, he might have a little bit of, not the staggers, but he might be a little bit flat from that early hit.
Jarman mightn't have had a kick, but he's had a hit tonight on King, and it might have been effective.
Yeah, absolutely. I reckon David King's been shaken up by that hit. early in the first quarter.
Now, Bruce, you see this Adelaide team a lot more than most of us. How will Burton go from here?
Well, he's kicked, as I said, he's kicked all his goals in 2 matches this year.
He jerks into his kicking action, doesn't he? He's not fluent.
He's going to try and improve the angle and hook it back. Gee, it's not bad. I think he's kicked a goal. It's a goal.
Archer's claim.
You just reckon when teams kick goals like this, if they're on their night. I mean, how many times has the Kangaroos almost touched the ball, or in fact touched it? In Teague's case, they're going to be hard to beat the Crows.
That's the bump that did all the damage in the first quarter, the Darren Jarman bump. Disoriented David King a bit, and he really is struggling since that hit. I thought he did terrifically well to get up as quick as he did, but it's knocked the stuffing out of him.
And Brett Burton, 11 possessions now. That's a good return for him before half-time after a little bit of a shaky season this year. Joey McLaren had pushed forward into space ahead of David King. He was just under too much pressure, didn't see him.
Scoreboard just keeps ticking over here. Grant back to Clayton after getting it from Harvey. The kick to half forward. Big fly from Rocker, got rid of them. McKernan had to take it cleanly. Paddles. Johnson's been outstanding. To Hart, to McLeod. Stretches away. Decides to go long. Stevens, McCartney. Good duel. McCartney works to the front. Ball back to Shirley. Little give to Stevens. Was effective. Lovely kick off the left. Perry. Edwards. Left foot. Terrible.
Very questionable disposal there by Simon Goodwin.
Well, Edwards has had 2 bad kicks tonight, one kicking it in and one kicking for it.
Still only been 5 free kicks for the night there. They break into space. This will happen all night. They've had 7 kick-ins and they've had 7 successes.
Archer is going to get almost a half forward here. Centering kick to Carey. McLeod's got it.
Giles will get on the end of this.
Stevens, he might leave it for Stevens. Probably should have gone for Jarman. Stevens probably should have kept McCartney out of it.
That's a golden
did
rule.
well.
That's a golden rule for kids. You're out there. Whenever somebody's coming back like that, you always call them in and tell them you'll protect them, and that way they can learn to trust in you.
How do I say this? I think Archer's shaken Jarman up a bit tonight.
Yeah, I actually don't agree with that. I reckon Jars he's just gone a bit flat. Archer's playing reasonably well.
Harvey at half-back. Just not going with it with any confidence, Jarman, I think. Not attacking it as hard as he did last week. McLeod's kicked back. Harvey's got it.
Because of that early contact with the heads, Bruce.
Yep. He needs a lucky touch, I reckon. He needs a break, Jarman. If he kicks a goal, watch out. Just probably needs something to happen for him. Make peace at half-back, almost up to centre wing. Goes to centre half forward. Carey, Rocker forced underneath. Perry's worked back to Smart, to Johnson. They're good players are really standing up here. McLeod's the best of the lot of them. The kick out wide. He left it for Burton. Burton decides not to go to McLeod. Probably should have. Kicks to centre wing. Well, there was a tiny touch on the back of Marsh and a free kick given. Down to Rashudo. Rashudo to McLeod. McLeod's little one over the top to Edwards, about 50 metres from home. Kangaroos can't afford a goal here. Just cannot afford to give up another goal before half-time. It looks like their run has stopped a bit late in the second quarter.
7 goals they've kicked this quarter, the Crows. It's been a pretty good quarter for them, but the Kangaroos have come back in the last 10 minutes. I reckon Gary Ayres would say 1 more goal on the board before half-time would suit us nicely.
Edwards pops it up. Front spot Burton. At the back was Marsh. Stevens. Rashudo takes Archer on. Has to go back to Burton. Gets to within about 50. Check side kick is sensational. Unbelievable. What a goal.
They're going to win.
The innovation, his mindset to do that from there, and then to get the power on it.
Yeah, to get the distance on the kick was the important thing. And we see Mark Rashudo backs off with Archer coming at him, goes back to Burton. Burton realises he can't get it on the left boot, so he check sides it to perfection.
Sorry for laughing.
Now, is that something you'd coach players, Dermot?
Well, if they kick him like that, you've got to say, go with it, boy.
He's had a big night, Burton, hasn't he? That's Corey James being stitched up here on the interchange for the Kangaroos. Well, there's not long to go, and North are desperate for a goal here. Adelaide lead by 7 goals. They led by 49 points at one stage. Kangas kicked 4 goals in 9 minutes in a burst. But Adelaide have sort of absorbed it, haven't they?
Absolutely. And the runner's been out of Adelaide, and he's told everyone to push to the goal square and just leave a packer. There's nobody between here and the goal square with about 8 players in it for Adelaide.
Simpson, late mark here would be important. Bassett and Rocker, ball comes away. So Adelaide with an 8-goal quarter, a 14-goal half. And the Kangaroos with it all to do here at half-time. They've really got some work to do if they want to stay alive. Adelaide might have set their season up here. I'll be back with Dermot and Wolsey and then Alan Ayler at half-time.
Yeah, Archer's still on Jarman. Teague's been taken from the field. He was just mismatched, and McKernan...
Up on a wing almost, yeah, McKernan, as he did that second
McCartney at full-back on Perry.
Second half about to start.
Adelaide have got 7 in their forward line again. They will refuse to let the Kangaroos get a loose man in defence. They want a man-on-man everywhere.
Harvey to Simpson. Shirley just got through very effectively to McLeod. Had 20 possessions in the first half to Rashudo. It's almost like we've started the game all over again. This is what happened in the first quarter.
Carbon copy.
Kangaroos have to kick the first 3 or 4 goals of this quarter to be in the hunt. And again, McLeod just terrific off the foot. Only travelled about 20 metres, and Rashudo out in front of Blakey.
He's #1 in short kicks in the competition, McLeod, and he was kicking the ball too hard early in the year, kicking over the head. He's just kicked it softly and very effectively.
Didn't take the words out of my mouth. He took the thought out of my head then. I just thought he's really just letting the ball ride itself with the momentum of the run that he's got behind it. Just touching it. And Roo will cover this distance, no problem.
Well, he's kicked 2. He's had a very big influence on the game. 50 metres out. He struck it really well. Has he just missed or got it? He's just missed. So Rashudo with 2 goals, 3. Was a good kick.
Just missed.
Still the huddle. David King. More about him later because he's had no influence since the Darren Jarman bump. Good mark by Grant.
Burton did well to hold him up.
Uses Harvey. Wanted to go back to Grant. Shirley's done a terrific job on Harvey. Carey and Smart. Smart, gee, that's too easy. Comes away from Carey. Banks to centre half forward. Perry, McCartney, Jarman. Ball comes to ground. Blakey did well against Rashudo. Works it to the line, finds it.
Bit of professionalism there from Johnny Blakey. Just paddled the ball over the line. Knew if he went to ground, he's had a shiner under the eye of Blake too. If he went to ground, Rashudo would have taken that all the way for the easiest goal.
Biglan's at the back. Perry didn't give to Welsh and then held up in the tackle. Sinclair to King. They need a huge second half. The Kangas out of there. Free-flowing runner and King. The kick to centre wing. Carey tried to trap it. Off the ground, clever. This is where Pickett could really expose Johnson. Johnson goes hard. McKernan. Oh, handball doesn't find. Yeah, Rocker's got it. Now there's a chance. Pickett. He's got Clayton. He's got Clayton. Does he go? Goes to Grant. Bickley attacks hard. Grant got rid of him. Goes to Clayton. Here's a goal.
Worked it well. Worked it very well, the Kangaroos there. You can see the Byron Pickett was just trying to draw his man close enough he could get that handball across. He saw. He's pulled up lane.
Yes, he did. He didn't bend down for that ball. Just this one here. Well, he's got that one, but the one before he just didn't bend down. Like he was pretty happy to give it off by hand too, Dermot. Yeah. So he may have just given that hammy a bit of a twinge.
He might have even tweaked it underneath the pressure of that final bump on him there. Caught forward, might have given him a really good hamstring stretch.
Corey Jones there. So he's strapped up against Ben Hart. Well, they needed the first goal. They got it, the Kangaroos, against the flow, didn't they?
Yes, Rashudo miss was costly.
Burton, well done to Simpson. Carey, well done.
Sprinted well for that.
He's had a quietish night, Carey, but he's the danger. Rocker and Bassett. Bassett just shoved him underneath. Bickley running towards the line, finds it.
He's not right, Byron Pickett. He just didn't run freely as the ball went into the forward line.
Well, he's such a dangerous player, both as a goal kicker now and as a tackler, isn't he?
Well, as we mentioned before, Bruce, he's the #1 tackler in the AFL by a long, long way. Spider Burton's broken to the goal square.
Simpson looked high on Simpson. Jones bangs to full forward. Here is Burton. Got it. Good call, Wolsey.
It was amazing because at that boundary throw-in, all of a sudden Spider just bolted to the goal square. Obvious a set play. Unusual one, Dermot, to have the big Spider go there, but it's worked.
Well, he's got the key forwards. He calls them in. That's all.
There he goes.
Determined. Yep. And Simpson's jumped over the top for the grab.
Simpson often jumps over the top or actually catches the ball from a ruck contest. Very clever, very versatile player.
Burton right in front. There's a goal. We've got two of them. Carey having a long talk to the umpires there as well at the time. So this game stays very much alive.
I reckon Carey would be saying, what about the free kick to Savva in the back? And Simpson leaps up, handballs it to Jones. Good kick by Jones to centre it to the front of the goal square. You can see Carey did his bit too. Did enough jostling on Smart to keep Smart out of the spoil.
Puts the open pass up. Oh, I didn't really touch him. Well done.
Clever play by Burton. We saw him do the soft shoe shuffle here last week, didn't we? That was a really good play. Biglands. So the Crows being challenged here. Back to a 5-goal game.
They get the next two, the Kangaroos. Panic could well set in with the Crows.
When Spider Burton kicked that goal, he actually looked back to his teammates and put the two fingers up.
Saw that.
There may be some sort of message. Maybe they say, hey, boys, we'll get the first 2 goals and then we work on the next goal, you know?
Byrne, Doherty, Marsh and Eccles on the bench for the Adelaide Crows. Byrne has never run yet, I don't think.
You can hear the magnificent roar because that's only the second free kick to the Kangaroos.
Burton to full forward. Rocker just couldn't mark it. Smart to Hart. Gee, I've said that a few times over the years. Smart to Hart. Edwards. Well played, Burton, because the handball just was behind him. Good smother, though, by Sinclair. They're lifting here, the Kangaroos. Crows just a little bit sloppy. Boundary throw in. Goodwin in hard there, but...
That was important too, wasn't it, by Goodwin? He just had to accept that he was going to get punished by the body and make sure that the ball went over the boundary line. Good team play. Both teams.
Biglands down. Goodwin, who's had some big third quarters this year. Sinclair ball up.
It's amazing when you talk about players who play well in various quarters. I reckon Goodwin, more than any player, was it Goodwin there?
It was Biglands.
Oh, it was Biglands, well done. I reckon Goodwin, more than any other player in the league, owns the third quarter. Big third quarter specialist.
Well, the Crows just being challenged hard here. Goodwin's little kick. Keeping in, which is a disadvantage. Harvey. Good smother by Shirley. He's had a terrific match, Shirley. Harvey has had 10 and 8, but he hasn't hurt them like he hurt Geelong last week.
He's had them under pressure. Yeah, David King's the one they need to lift now. He pretty quiet in that first half after that early knock. He's the one that they'd be looking at to really get them up and going. And I reckon the Crows would be saying to Andy McLeod, well, come on, go again. Mark Prosciutto and Goodwin, who you called, Dermot, who's been really is strong playing games out. And there's David King there.
Petrie, we saw a shot of him on the bench. Now, Bigland's got a bit of a rest before half-time. McKernan went into the ruck, but Petrie still totally fresh on the bench.
Jim McLeod and Grant was a good contest a moment ago. Johnson and Simpson.
Not pretty footy, Bruce, but it's a great contest.
Burton, who continues to play well, to half-forward. Stevens fly from the back. Ball to be won in the front. Good attack by Goodwin. Goodwin to fall forward. Perry and McCartney. That's a better match-up for the Kangas.
You find that they might even push Perry away from full forward now that he's got a match-up against the bigger man. And there's David King just trying to walk back with Stevens.
Yeah, Cochrane is playing on Stevens, and he's replaced Teague, and that's a better match-up size-wise.
Bigland's front spot. Blakey read it really well. Bangs it back. Clayton with a couple of goals. Bickley worked to the front. Got the mark to Prosciutto. 55 metres out. Thumping long goal. He's kicked a goal in each of the 3 quarters, Prosciutto.
He's actually been quite punishing when he's won the ball, hasn't he? 21 possessions, 6 marks, 3 tackles. good team play and finished it with 3 goals.
Clayton just had to give the contest there. He let Bickley get in front of him. He played on handball onto Rashudo from outside 50. Well, it's like splitting peas.
Do you like the way that Rashudo ran to the ball once it went over his head, grabbed it, and then ran back with it, kicked the goal? Simple as that.
15-8, 9-7. Back to a big margin, isn't it? Every goal Adelaide get makes it doubly hard. Harvey to centre-half forward. Hart read it well. He's had a lot of the footy. Bangs it back. Good mark Simpson. And then Edwards makes a mistake by running past him. And then Simpson to fall forward. Good mark, Carey.
Nothing substitute. Being able to read the ball, read the flight through the air. Now, you'll see this. He's taken the mark over the top, but he gets very little elevation off the deck. That left foot clears it by about 6-7 inches.
It's a good effort by Spider Burton. We'll see him backing back, keeps his eyes on the ball, knocks a couple of Crows over to enable Carey to come from behind, take a clean mark.
Yeah. Well, one captain scored his 3rd goal at one end of the ground. Can Carey kick his 2nd? He does.
It's going to be tough to see how the Kangaroos can win. If it's a shootout, because both midfields are running forward pretty well, you just think that on enough occasions the Adelaide defence has got enough options to cover most of the Kangaroo forwards.
Edwards just had to hold his ground in the centre there. He just ran past Simpson, didn't he? Allowed to get right off the mark.
Yeah, just got tangled up a little bit in the legs, but Simpson went on with it. At the other end, Adelaide are probably one key forward too many for the Kangaroos.
There's the centre-half forward area for the Crows. Burton's been winning so much in the centre square with his reach here. He's been getting hands to the ball. Let's see if he does it again. Yep.
Been good.
McLeod stepping out of the middle. He's at half forward for the bounce here.
So 3 goals to 1 in this quarter in the Kangaroos' favour. Burton again. Edwards did well. Benny's back, kicks to half forward. Makepeace McLeod. Stevens quickly onto it. Stevens did really well to get there and then forced into error and kicks it out on the fall. Been busy though, Stevens. You couldn't complain about his game. McCartney bangs it long. Centre wing, terrific fly from the back by Simpson. Archer, clever little kick along the line. Clayton and also Bickley. Clayton went to ground. Fair enough, Bickley didn't interfere with him really. Hooks it back, Biglands takes the mark.
I reckon Clayton might get a message from Dennis Pagan. You can't go to ground in these games, not when free kicks just won't be paid.
Jarman at the back. Stengline's little give back to Stevens. Stevens to the pocket. Good kick to Perry. Terrific kick by Stevens.
Well, we've called it all night, Bruce. The foot skills have been terrific. Gee, that's a good pass.
Perry hasn't wasted any time. Goes back and kicks his 4th.
Well, that's the way for Ian Perry to do it. I mean, he's not a good kick. And if he just puts himself into that instinctive mode of play on, throw it on the boot, take away the pressure of saying, I am not a classical set shot. What can go wrong with this one? Just eliminate that. Go back and be pretty quick about the way you dispose of it.
It's the best game he's ever played for the Crows. He's kicked 4.
I'm a big rap for this kid.
Hasn't let you down. $16 goals to 10. They've just got to stop Adelaide ticking the scoreboard over, don't they, somehow?
They're one key backman short, the Kangaroos.
Biglands into Burton hard. Simpson well done to Harvey. They keep pressing forward, the Kangaroos. Bad bounce. It's been one of those nights a bit for them. Welsh down back. Bickley having a good quarter to Bassett. Out wide to LaRue, the captain.
Pickett being moved into defence.
Rashudo wide.
They're rotating their 3 strike midfielders too. McLeod, Rashudo and Goodwin. McLeod's having a rest now, so they're basically 2 of them are going to be kept fresh on the ball for the rest of the game.
Edwards has had plenty of it. High to centre-half forward. Archer banged in hard. Burton had it taken away from him. King didn't take it cleanly. Sinclair out the back. Takes a bounce. Haven't seen too many bounces tonight, have we? After last week with King and Harvey running with it. Sinclair up and under. Not a good kick to centre wing. Some courage shown. Cochrane read it well. He's got some leg speed. Goes to full forward. Carey versus Smart. Couldn't quite trap it. Smart holds up. Still Smart. Did all right. Bickley, Carey, to worry them out of it. Smart puts a good tackle on him, ball up.
Test of strength, and both players came through pretty well. Cochrane's the player who's been moved to the forward line, and Byron Pickett been moved to a half-back flank.
We'll have a look
at the
at
strength here.
There's a bit of bench press in that one by Wayne Carey. Just left himself too far to go back to it. That's a good call about no bounces by the Kangaroos tonight. And if we look at, even if we pull away from this shot while we've got the blood rule going, you'll see the amount of numbers that the Adelaide Crows put at the fall of the ball, put at the stoppages. There's just nowhere to go when you get it. You cannot bounce it.
There are 15 Adelaide Crow players in their defensive 50 arc.
Now you get that ball right there and try and take a bounce.
Not much space, is there?
No, and that's the way they play. They don't play forward of the ball. They don't put numbers behind the ball. They put all their numbers at the ball.
One of Gary Ayres' favourite words is accountability, isn't it?
Yep, loves it.
Big Spider's dropped out of that contest too. He's just out from the goal square, has an opponent.
Even Hewitt's on him. So can the Kangaroos get a bit closer again here? Bigland's outnumbered. Ball comes into the hot spot. Shirley couldn't quite take it. Johnson was terrific to Rashudo. Bangs it out wide. McLeod versus Makepeace. Makepeace very good. Gets it back with a little give. Makepeace to centre half forward. Great mark by the big fella, Sav. It was gutsy in the front by the Crow. I think it was Bigland's.
Yes.
But Sav used him as a ladder.
He's their leading goal kicker, Sav. He's kicked 43 goals this season, and he comes from behind and sets himself for that one. I reckon he's tried really hard tonight. Hasn't kicked a goal. I don't think he's kicked a goal tonight, but by gee, he's presented well, given off quite a few handballs to players coming through.
2 behinds to Big Sav. 3 kicks, 6 handballs.
They just keep coming, the Kangaroos, don't they? They're scoring at a pretty regular rate here.
Unfortunately, they let Adelaide keep coming back at them at the other end.
Rocker's goal.
Now, this is where they have to reverse the trend, because Adelaide, going by the theme of the game at the moment, Adelaide might come back and kick one pretty quick. Good recovery here by Makepeace. Keeps his feet, doesn't put himself out of the contest, and Big Sav plants the knee between the shoulder blades, and that one's got to hurt.
Just wonder when Dennis Pagan will use Drew Petrie, Dipper. He's been on the bench for the entire game. The big fella, Drew Petrie.
Sorry, Robert, just repeat that, please, mate.
Drew Petrie on the bench, hasn't had a run yet. Probably relieve Spider at some stage this quarter.
Yeah, spot on there, Robert. As we know, the Kangaroos don't really use their bench until the necessary.
Simpson did very well to take it out of Shirley's hands. Stingline wants the line. 4 goals to 2 in this quarter in the Kangaroos' favour. I think they've got to get the next goal again, don't they?
They do.
There's the internet tonight. So Dennis Committee, one of our guests this weekend, i7sport.com.au. And all the results. You'll get that ladder tonight and the goal scorers. Any injuries from tonight's game. Goodwin towards the line, gets it back cleverly to Rashudo. Rashudo gets a bit of purchase, was able to bang at Archer and Jarman. Good mark, McKernan.
Paid it.
McKernan short to Blakey.
Rawlings on now, Robert, and Motlop off.
Darren Jarman still hasn't had a kick.
So Blakey at half-back to centre wing. Rocker again, a big flyer. Bassett with him. Rashudo read it really well. The give to Goodwin was effective. Goodwin, no one ready to go long, so goes short to Hewitt.
Nothing ahead.
He's going to hold it up. Goodwin's a go. Now, Goodwin's a chance to goal here. He is a thumping, long, raking kick. It's not a good one. He didn't get it. And McKernan gets back, switches it to Archer. Now the Kangaroos can make them pay here. Archer's away. McLeod hasn't come to him, doesn't want to really go to him. Archer stops and props, left foot wide to Sinclair. Centre wing Sinclair, so the Kangaroos have got it down the other end in a hurry. Bassett read it best.
Yes, it was Carey putting the block on, but Bassett from behind.
Smart, forced to kick in a hurry. Got a lucky bounce, McLeod. Terrific handball to Stevens. Had to keep it low, did to Jarman. This will be his first kick. Could he do it?
You step in.
Left foot, low, lovely looking kick to the roo in the goal square. Blakey stood up superbly and then rolls it out.
Geez, a good kick by Jarman's.
1 foot off the wrong, 1 step off the wrong foot.
Low and flat and hard to the goal square. Gave Rashudo an opportunity, but John Blakey just terrific in the contest.
I was convinced he'd try and step the big fella there. Earlier in the game, he might have.
King to Blakey. They've done well here, the Kangaroos, to hold up. Just found the line. Blakey, after a shaky start, is holding up very well here.
You'd expect nothing less.
In cricket parlance, he's playing a very straight bat at the moment.
Taking no chances, not much flair. Playing every ball on its merits, isn't it?
Outside off stump, he's letting them go through untouched.
Burton, Biglands, Edwards, hooking, boundary throw-in. Adelaide deep in attack.
Size mismatch there. Byron Pickett playing halfback on Mark Stevens.
Well, they're one short, aren't they, without Big Nick?
Stingline still runs with King. So Burton and Biglands. Biglands done practically all the ruck work for the Crows. Goodwin, terrific give. Edwards, left foot.
See, that's
Just
a good
missing. It was a good kick. But Adelaide still haven't put the Kangaroos away yet, have they? 16-9 to 11-7.
They're still alive.
Let's have a look at this kick in now. And there's a second group forms at centre-half forward, way up the top of screen for the Kangaroos. Now, they'll hold until they see which way the kick goes, and they'll start breaking now for this secondary possession.
Good kick to Grant. They've only been inside 50, Dermot. 6 times this quarter for 4 goals, the Kangaroos.
Good return. Well, it's pretty open.
So Grant gets it to centre wing. Front spot, Bigley, got a bit of a shove. Sinclair rode it well. Gee, Clayton had to do better than that. Then it looked half a throw. Harvey to King to Rocker, again an open forward line. Here's a go. Simpson, left footer. Good looking kick to Cochrane. McLaren. Oh, McLeod's back. Now, does he get the boundary line? Does he get the boundary line? He does.
Great kick.
Gee, we had some of the coach come out in Robert Walls there when young Shane Clayton went for the fresh airy.
McLaren there, I think he thought first off it was his teammate.
Yep.
And then in the end he lunged at it, but that was a terrific opportunity they let slip there. I reckon Spider needs a spell. He's struggling in the ruck.
Shirley to McLeod off the side of the boot. Stingline, funny old bounce, Pickett a chance. Pickett inside the square, gets to about 50 metres, loads it up, won't get there. Burton.
We might just keep him on for a little bit longer.
Well, he didn't get real high off the ground.
Yeah, we'll keep him in the forward line, Tipper.
Absolutely.
Just wonder how long since they've been within 26 points, which they're about to be if he kicks this. Been a while.
Well, a couple of good things there. Byron Pickett got his first touch for quite some time, helped set up that goal. And Big Spider's been really brave, but gee, he's rucked against the odds all night.
I wouldn't imagine he's had a 2-goal game too many times in his career.
This is the closest they've been, if he goals, since very early in the second quarter. He's got it. Well, if any team can do it, this one can. This scoreboard is starting to look tight.
Well, it's down to 6 scoring shots.
5 goals to 2 in this quarter.
Yep.
Coming home hard, aren't they?
Just looking at the players in at the centre bound, Spider Burton's gone back to the centre, and his teammates Simpson, Harvey and Grant have all given him a pat on the back.
Can't Dennis Pagan recruit well and then find something? I mean, his job with Spider's been outstanding.
I don't think any other club would have recruited Spider Burton.
He's 31 years of age now.
If you couldn't get a game for the Dockers, you'd say, well, why would you get him over here?
Simpson getting a lot of important touches in the centre to Rawlings, to Clayton. Clayton's little kick. Oh, gee, Hart went early. In trouble. Well, is that different to Archer? No, it's holding the ball.
Well, Scotty Wilson's been punished there by the football god. When he actually started at the bounce down there, he allowed his opponent 15 metres head start, and the kick-in cleared his opponent, and somehow he luckily ran onto it, and he's been punished by the strange hand of footballing fate for being pretty slack at the bounce down.
Important move here by the Crows. We've got Ben Marsh on for the first time tonight, and as you mentioned...
Had a brief run in the second quarter, didn't
No,
he?
he came on for Jarman at the start of the game with the blood rule.
Will he kick it, Dermot?
Now,
I'll back him.
9 times inside 50 this quarter for 6 goals. They're coming home. Rocker's got 2. This game is very much up for grabs now.
Good tackle by the big man. Just a terrific tackle by Soph. bit of pressure on the umpire. He took his time before he gave the decision.
Yeah, Brady Rawlings got away from him at the bounce down.
Important centre bounce this. McLeod in for the Crows.
20-point margin. Simpson's been terrific in the centre. Rawlings, McLeod. They need some run from McLeod and Goodwin and Rashudo. Great mark taken by Makepeace. The Kangaroos have lifted now.
Look at Byron Pickett.
Archer. Well, Jarman just shoves the ground in the back. Carey, Bassett, belts it away. Smart stood up, dropped it. Carey, they're swarming the Kangaroos. Johnson with courage, but the Kangaroos, Rocker, big spider. Can he do what he did last week? Shoves it back, Sinclair's left foot, goal. Couple of dockers, ex-dockers.
Well, running onto the left foot, Jess Sinclair naturally at that side. And he stood a pretty good chance here.
Gee, there's some hard tackling in here. Good tackle on Carey.
Both
Good
sides.
tackle on Kane Johnson. Sam
kick.
slams on. What about Spider? It's a new ploy. Spider lurked to the goal square.
Adelaide have gone with McLeod and Rashudo. They've actually gone a bit flat the last 6 minutes since Rashudo went off the ball, Adelaide. He's back in the centre bounce now.
7 goal to 2 quarter.
Marsh, Spider still going.
He'll get it here, Rashudo.
Worked hard, but he's got it at half-back, Dermot, and forced to kick really defensively to the line. Well, you'd almost think that Darren Jarman's going to have to do something now for Adelaide to win. It was a bonus they were 7 in front without him touching it.
Goodwin pushes up to this boundary line throw in now, so they've got their 3 best midfielders at the ball.
Crows starting to use the bench. They've had 2 quick changes. Simpson's had a terrific quarter. McLeod got away. He's hard to hold, as Dermot said. Kicks to half forward. Hewitt, that's a mark. It's a good mark.
Corey McKernan's been playing in the back pocket on Hewitt. Hewitt's dragged him down there.
They want it with Jarman. If Jarman can sneak up the field here, that's a play on. Now the umpire's called time on, so he has to go back. He'll blow the whistle now. Yep, there it is. We're back on time.
Hewitt's unsure. He's just going to put it up for Perry. Not such a good idea, I think.
I don't know.
McCartney, Edwards in the pocket. The Crows are desperate for a goal. Edwards to Stevens. Good play.
Terrific play, composure. He could have blazed away Tyson Edwards. He kept his cool, round on the left foot, centred the ball. Played a pretty good game, Mark Stevens.
I tell you what, Perry's got 2 hands on the purchase there. Well, only for Makepeace back there, the little resting rover minder. He would have clubbed that.
Well, he has to kick this. He's had a good night. He's kicked 2.
Byron Pickett's man at the moment.
They need this, the Crows. 2 goals in front. Stevens has got it. He's got 3.
Important kick. Well, as soon as the ball went out of bounds on this wing, we had Rashudo on McLeod and Andy Goodwin, Andy Goodwin of many years ago, pushed up. So they had their best 3 on-ballers at it, and no matter which way the ball went out of that boundary line throw-in, there was one of them on either point.
Important goal for the Crows. 4 in a row to the Kangaroos. They just had to stop the swing of momentum, and they've done it pretty well. 4 goals in 9 minutes the Kangaroos had kicked. Been a terrific quarter of football.
Got 8 forwards here, the Crows.
And Petrie about to come on, boys.
Simpson's had it 3 times out of the centre square himself in this quarter. Rashudo to centre half forward. So there's going to be a lot of players going for it. There's a mark taken by Mark Stevens, who...
That's the worry, Bruce, because Pickett's been moved into defence. He struggled to get a kick in the forward line, and his opponent has taken the last 2 marks. And you can just see there, he doesn't contest. He just gives up on the contest.
Takes his eyes off it, doesn't he?
Yeah, and now that's the worry. Like, Dennis Pagan had to take some risks. He had to make some moves. I reckon he made some good ones, but this is a worry for him.
I reckon Petrie's now moving on to him now.
Petrie's on. Stevens has been terrific down back all year. It's been a big debate in Adelaide whether to push him forward. Has he kicked the 4th goal? He has.
He's better than serviceable, this bloke.
He kicked 3 last week. He's a very good footballer. Wayne Jackson, the
CEO,
Chief Executive of the AFL. And Adelaide, get away again, don't they, to 4 goals.
Still not totally convincing.
No.
Jarman doesn't contest. Byron Pickett doesn't contest. The thing is, they've got 8 forwards here, Adelaide, because Dennis Pagan wants to get a loose man in defence to be that second man up to spoil the likes of Stevens. But Gary Ayres is coaching brilliantly here. He's just said, no, it's going to be a contest wherever we go.
Pickett's now been moved to half forward. Petrie, as Dipper called, has gone to the half back line to play on Stevens.
Centre square breaks, all important. Marsh, McLeod, getting a lot of the ball. A few of them round the body in this quarter. Makepeace read it just a bit better than Edwards, who's had a good term, Edwards. Makepeace out wide. And is that out on the fall? It is.
Last couple of centre bounces, McLeod and Rashudo have been terrific. They're the ones who've gone in there. They've cleared it for the Crows.
Kangaroos have kicked 11 goals too since quarter time. They've been very accurate. Here's Edwards, centre wing. So Adelaide steadying as they did in that second quarter after the Kangaroos came at them. Stingline unopposed, takes the mark. He's outside his range. He won't go all the way here. This is where I'm saying Jarman's not presenting. There's no short lead that he normally wants to give here.
He's just letting Archer just run alongside him, isn't he? Not trying to break away.
30 players in shot there.
Perry at the back. Comes off the boot, little kick by McCartney, attack hard by Goodwin, but Smart needs a handball, bang crash, Carey and Goodwin, and the ball out of play. Carey coming up the ground here. Can't afford another goal here, the Kangaroos, late in this quarter.
There's pretty well 30 players inside forward 50 here.
Smart's thrown his boot away here. He's got one boot, Dipper, keep an eye on him. Marsh, Burton, Sinclair, terrific play, little kick. Smart just with the one boot. Pickett, still Pickett, gets it inboard to Petrie, an early kick important. Well, what a big play this is. Bickley's hands were good.
Good mark.
Got the numbers out wide.
Finds Johnson. Johnson's got McLeod. Well, it's a funny kick. He had McLeod. Now, McLeod's dangerous here. Couldn't get into the action. Still got into the action a bit. Petrie, still Petrie. And Sinclair runs it over with Burton.
Gee, had some purchase on the mark there, Evan Hewitt from the back.
He's Smart putting his boot back on. We want to be in a hurry because Carey might get away here. Marsh, Blakey, Rashudo, attacks hard, Jones in hard, left footed didn't go far, Edwards, still with Edwards, good contest, umpire lets it go, ball up.
Smarty's got the lace undone still.
Corey McKernan, he's playing as a defender on Hewitt. Now that's letting the Crows play on their terms.
Yep.
I would think that Corey should just run to the middle of the ground, even to half forward, try to drag Hewitt down there so he's playing as the forward. He's just copying what's coming his way at the moment.
Marsh to Grant, and the kick just finding the line. So not long remaining, less than a minute to go. One goal either way. Huge turnaround here. Kangaroos within 3 or the Crows by 5, or do we stay where we are at 26 points? Marsh, Burton, Eccles, first good look at him, and he gets a high one. Well, in the context of the match, they've let a few go, haven't they?
Well,
good player, Eccles, a premiership player, had chronic hamstring problems, played about 3 games for Norwood, back in the senior team last week. But
quite a big kid for a midfielder too, isn't he? Around the 6'1.5", 6'2" mark.
See Kane Johnson's push forward. He's on Byron Pickett.
Stevens the kick to Petrie, belted over the line. But Adelaide probably reasonably happy deep into this third quarter after the Kangaroos got within 14 points. Adelaide led by 49 points in the second quarter, and it looks like they'll lead by 26 points at three-quarter time. Though one last gasp here, the bounce important. McKernan puts it through from behind.
He missed.
He's missed it from closer too, at the right end for him. That's Port Adelaide a couple of years ago.
There's a big fella. Oh, fancy that.
7 goals straight for the Kangaroos in that quarter, but Adelaide kicked 4-3 in the end.
Important last 2.
And I reckon it was just enough for Adelaide. Just enough. Now, you know, I think Gary Ayres, he'd be happy for the siren to get them together again. It'd take a super effort for the Kangaroos to win, and we just about had one in that quarter. I really wonder if they can come up again.
Well, we've seen some super efforts this year and over the last 45.
Haven't been used for Adelaide either, and they can give them a little bit around the midfield. Byrne, he had a reasonable game last week, didn't he?
He's quick. And doubt he's only his second game for the year. There's Hewitt and McKernan, so they're forward.
Hewitt's pushed forward and dragged
Corey into the back line. I just wish Corey would walk up the other end, because I reckon Hewitt would go with him.
4 forwards only for the Kangaroos at one end. There's the bench. Welsh, who was dragged. Look, I think it was not so much taking on and being caught in the tackle, but letting Rawlings run away from him. Let's have a look at the big fella.
Got to win the centre clearances, the Kangaroos, and they need Carey and Sav to mark and goal for them to win the game.
Feel as if Adelaide kicked 3 goals, they sort of can't lose, can they?
Be enough. It'd force the Kangaroos to then have to kick 8, and I don't know if they could do that.
So Bickley, who had a good term, Clayton on him, back to Bickley. Bickley's handball in board, Stengline, and then decides to roost it to full forward. Archer goes hard. Jarman hasn't had a kick really. He has now. He has now.
Well, he's likely to open up now. He's having a bit of a laugh. He gave the big Roo a bit of a spray then. I reckon he would have said, about time I got one. He's likely to open up and get another 3 now.
It's only his second kick.
Kept his feet.
But he's had the most important bump of the game, and that was on David King in the first quarter.
And we watch him come through. Still a little bit angry.
Makes it very hard for the Kangaroos now.
Back to 33 points, 5.5 goals.
They need 5, the Kangaroos. They need a clearance here. Spider Burton will go for his left hip.
Aren't they a good matchup physically, Archer and Jarman?
Yeah, they're similar size, similar height. And in fact, Jarman might even be a bit taller.
Marsh won it.
Good hit.
McLeod off the side a bit to centre half forward. Stengline on almost. Jones, good contest. Still the ball to be won.
Look at that pack. Look at that pack. That is the way that Gary is loves his footy being played. If you're going to get beaten, it'll be a team that takes it on in a cheating aspect to win it against them. Rawlings, McLaren, Teague on the bench for the Kangaroos. It's a team which takes risks and it pays off for them, and almost cheating risks. He plays very honest footy with them.
Cochrane, the other one there. Johnson, Pickett. Pickett just worried him out of it. Gee, did well, Pickett. The Crows were in the van there. Pickett straightens up. The kicks to Carey. Smart sets himself. Carey almost one hand. Terrific play, Bickley. Shirley just got the fit of the fumbles. Out wide to McLeod. Ball handling brilliant to Bassett. Floating kick. Johnson Jones takes a good mark.
Good hands. Pickett's inboard.
Who's Johnson's man? Takes him on. Left foot to full forward, and Hart, gee, that's bounced off him, but he's able to get it back and provide some run, and Hart's away with a long kick to Stevens.
Great lead.
Had a terrific match, Stevens.
That's
very good.
Beautiful centre half forwards lead. Perry's on the burst.
Kicks it to him, just forced under it by McCartney. King, who's not moving nearly as well as we've seen him in the past, had a bit of a knee problem during the week. Jarman put the big bump on him. Kicks out wide. Kangaroos with the numbers. Burton courageously gets back. McKernan to Sinclair. Kangaroos have got to have a huge quarter from their big guns. Rocker takes a wonderful mark. He's had a good match.
He's just presented himself. He's used his body. He's used his strength. He's playing on Bassett, who's a lot smaller than him. But just good body work here. He's behind, he edges to the front, just puts the hip into Bassett, puts up the one big hand, juggles it down. I reckon he's presented really well. Been impressed with his attack on the football, and particularly his handball, his share as he attacks the footy. No U-turns, he's just given it off. And he's given the Kangaroos a lift in that third quarter. And if he kicks this one, he keeps them alive.
Get a great shot of this, and there it is.
You feel like he has to kick it for them to win, to have any hope at all.
There we see how far he ran out to the right there.
The top of the post.
Did you see how far he ran out there?
Hit the top of the post.
Yep.
Now, James Byrne about to come on, Dermot, for the first run tonight.
Number 6, he's a running, run-with type player.
He's run out past the right-hand goalpost. That's those hook shots that he's missed that's done that to him.
It's been that sort of night for the Kangaroos a bit, hasn't it? Kick wide by Hart. Bassett against the flow. Did well. Head underneath it. Handball out to Smart. Smart's had a good match. Carey with him, boundary throw in. So off comes Burton, who's had his best game since he's come back. It's his 5th game back, and on comes Byrne. He is a bit of a last quarter specialist, Byrne.
Byrne's straight away heading for Jess Sinclair.
Not a bad matchup, I think, for the Crows. He sort of matches him in intensity and speed. Bickley taken high. Probably having the best year he's ever had, Bickley, and that's a huge call. He's 32 years of age. Had the captaincy not taken from him. I think he did give it up to Rashudo happily. It's kicked wide to Goodwin.
Good hands.
Took his eyes off the ball, Shane Clayton.
Goodwin's hooking kick to half forward looks dangerous. Rashudo, was he pushed underneath by Blakey? Sinclair, Rashudo read it well. Rashudo, lovely kick back to Perry. Terrific smother and built away by the Kangas. Back to Sinclair, out in the full. McLeod will get it. He may play on quickly here.
He will.
No one's on the mark.
He'll turn around. In comes Shannon Grant. If he gets enough room there, he might even try and open it up and step in. Nope, not on his wrong foot. There you go. It plays around the mark.
Short little kick, not a good one. Cut off jig. That was good play by Simpson. His third quarter did a lot to bring the Kangaroos back into it. Johnson versus Pickett. That's a terrible kick by Simpson, isn't it?
Oh, that's very ordinary.
Just gave Pickett no hope at all.
All that does is mean, gee, the opposition's got a really good chance of still getting the ball back 40 metres further down the line.
6 minutes eaten away here, and not a goal to the Kangaroos.
Crows will be happy.
Spider Burton against Big Marsh. He's been fantastic, Spider.
Marsh has been a good move by Ayres to come on at the right time. Hart bit off the side. Stevens, Petrie belts away. He's a big boy. He's the only teenager out there, Petrie, at 18 years of age, and belts it to the line.
And is probably going to be a ruckman more than a key defender, but good to have more strings to your bow and doing pretty well at centre half back.
Hasn't played since round 11. He's only played one game in the last 11 rounds, so big call up tonight. Marsh front spot, Blakey. Adelaide will be happy to keep these ruck contests going. Harvey, Clayton. Harvey might get it back to Grant. Sinclair's on here. Goes to Carey. Good tackle. Back to Harvey. Will he take them on? Little kick's okay to Grant. They've got to get a goal here. They're attacking hard. Sinclair's on his own.
Burns standing on the mark, and he knows he's been lost from his opponent. McLeod's gone back to give him cover.
Gee, it was only a 50-50 chance in the end. Wasn't a great option, I don't think. Eccles gets it. Kicks it long. Not great. Gee, Johnson's gone, I reckon.
I watched him at three-quarter time. They did something to his knee.
Well, he should call for the trainer and get himself off here.
He just his right knee there, boys. He just hurt himself when he come on the boundary line over here. There's a bit of concrete over here. Just hit the concrete pretty hard with his right knee.
They were strapping his knee at three-quarter time, Dipper, and he went to try and turn at right angles then and couldn't get around.
There's one Kangaroo player tonight who's just not having the best night, and that's Shane Clayton. The ball's bouncing over his head or the ball's going through his fingers. He's just got to tighten up on what he's doing.
Well, Grant's been a very good player. He's kicked 2 goals in the second quarter at this end. He's hooked it in trying to get the distance. It's still in play. Burton up there. Hewitt still in play. McKernan. Can the Kangaroos manufacture something? Bad handball coming from Marsh to Bickley. Bickley didn't have control of the foot. He must be a ball up. Well, I'm surprised they've left Kane Johnson out there.
He looks pretty sore.
He's not shrugging it off.
He's got to run around behind Byron Pickett at this bounce down, and Pickett is just about the definite go-to man. They're good tackle. Poor vision by Marsh to get
and
that
Doherty looks like coming on for the Crows, boys.
Spider's gone to goal.
So Doughty about to come on for the Crows. Bassett's kick hacked out of the air. Carey takes Eccles on. You'd love to be able to kick one here. Carey to Pickett. Got him.
Well, he can't even get to him.
This is very strange. Here's Johnson coming off now. Well, should have been probably a couple of minutes earlier.
Good play by Wayne Carey. Just saw Byron Pickett out the corner of his eye. Put the ball on his chest. He'll kick from 40 metres out.
He's kicked 33 goals in the last 13 weeks, Pickett. He's sort of averaged about almost 3 goals a match. Hasn't got one tonight.
Has been accurate too, Bruce. Not tonight, though.
Well, he's kicked 34 goals, 8 this season before that kick.
Yeah. There's that ruck contest, and you see Spider bolt towards goal, and the plan was for Sav to hit it to him. Didn't quite come off.
So Johnson's off. Dipper's got a good look at him here as he walks past him.
Yeah, he's just grimacing at the moment, just explaining to the doctor about his knee here, but it looks all right, Bruce.
Marsh to McLeod, to Byrne. Byrne on the left, out wide. Edwards and Makepeace. Good play by Byrne.
Kangaroos tried the same boundary line throw-in policy then, and the Crows didn't fall for it, just stayed at the ball.
Edwards' wobbly kick actually falls very well for Goodwin. Finds Perry. That's a good mark on the burst.
It's a good mark and an even better kick.
I reckon every mark he's taken tonight's been on the chest.
Yeah, I noticed that, Dipper. The thing was, he actually turns his left shoulder up the field and doesn't allow McCartney a chance to spoil.
For the last 7 years, they've made the preliminary final, the Kangaroos. 8 out of 8 finals for Dennis Pagan. If Perry kicks this, you reckon they can't make it? Has he? I think he has. I think he's got 5.
Ugly off the boot, goal.
Well, it's not too dramatic to say that in terms of keeping a 100% record up and making the finals, the end is nigh.
Simon Goodwin is one of the best midfield hard-running players going around, and his skill level just seems to have got better as each year's gone by.
He enjoyed that, Ian Perry, didn't he?
Has anybody kicked it as poorly as Perry for 5 goals in their career?
To watch from his angle after he kicks a goal must be inexperience.
Well, unless there's a miracle here, it is the end of an era, isn't it? What an era it's been. 8 consecutive final series.
That's in the back.
7 preliminary finals. Top 4 for 7 years.
Archer's moved forward there, boys, and Jarman's just letting the coach's box know that, so see what happens.
Oh, good purchase.
Good kick by Jones to McKernan.
Yeah, face push there. Pushed in front on.
So Archer's away here, Dipper. Can Hart get back?
Corey.
It's a poor kick. Hart trying to get it. I think he's trying to get it out. Archer's ripping it off him.
It just wasn't a time for finesse from Corey McKernan then. You see the methodology was fine, but just had to get back quicker and run around and take it on to hit the long drop hunt.
So David King's got Darren Jarman now. So he just can't be fit, King. You'd have to have him up in the midfield trying to win it for you now. Simpson's hooked back, right to the goal square. Carey loses his footing. Smart touches it. Oh, it's a goal. I think Harvey's kicked the goal. He has. Or was it touched?
He's saying it's gone through. He's taken it through. Good effort, though.
Gee, he's not complaining, is he? So Edwards out wide. Sinclair, Doughty, Marsh. Marsh, big fly, front spot. Hamble on the up to Doughty. So Doughty off the interchange. Only game he played was against the Demons 3 weeks ago. Bassett over his head, Byrne towards the line. And Adelaide really have this under control. It's only the second time this year. Here we go. Did he get it? No, he didn't actually get a boot to it. Good goal umpire.
He's trying to stooge him into it.
Ben Marsh been important coming. He's just getting front position on Spider and making the big man reach over him, and Spider's tired now.
McLeod's kick. Stevens has been terrific. Not such a good handball. So the Kangaroos, Jones to Simpson. Simpson to Clayton. Just have to get a goal, don't they?
Byron
just got to give themselves a chance.
It's gone to Spider.
Marsh timed it beautifully. Bickley to the Roo. Not such a good handball. McLeod back to Edwards. In trouble.
Great tackle, Archer.
Terrific chase by Archer. Put Bickley under the pump. Simpson. Pickett stands underneath it. Misses everybody. The race is on. Harvey doesn't get it again. It's a point.
Fresh air.
Well, there was fresh air both times. Byron Pickett went up for it and got fresh air.
Gee, Archer's chase was fantastic on Edwards.
Oh, just terrific. He's really tried hard.
Smart gets it from Hart. It's only the second time this year the Crows have kicked 20 goals in a match. The other one was at Colonial against the Saints.
This do wonders for their confidence to be able to come over to Melbourne and do this.
Well, their record in Melbourne this year is outstanding. They've won 5 out of 6. The only team to beat them, the Bombers. They're the only team to beat Brisbane this year at the Gabba.
They are too. And that was before Brisbane, the week before Brisbane started their unbeaten run.
So if they do get into the 8, they might not be making up the numbers.
I'm sure it must be for Adelaide to go from Adelaide, catch the plane to outland in Melbourne. It's about as difficult for them now as it is for Melbourne-based teams to drive to Geelong.
Same amount of time, basically. Petrie's good mark, 20-10 to 14-10. 6-goal game, less than 10 minutes remaining.
Notwithstanding the no insult it meant to Geelong, I just mean the actual travelling aspect.
We read it. So Archer, just love to have an impact here, Archer, wouldn't he? He's kicked a half forward. Carey, smart. Carey did well. Handball cut off by Bassett. Back to Pickett. They need some magic. Can Byron do it? Can Byron kick a goal? Goes for it.
Rocker was on. Look at him with his hands open.
No, he's put it out of bounds. Gee, just not his night at all. It's amazing, you know, the Crows have beaten the Kangaroos early in the year. It was Dennis Pagan's 200th game as coach, milestone game, and tonight Dennis Pagan's 215th game. Breaks the record for a North Melbourne Kangaroos coach. Another milestone game and a disappointment.
Goodwin.
21st possession.
Perry, big fly, boundary throw in. Well, you look at McLeod's had 33, 32 to Rasciuto, and 21 to Goodwin. So it's about 85 possessions between 3 players.
Yeah, you get 100 in the midfield, you take a power of stopping.
Well, that's 3 only they're talking about with 85.
Yep. Yeah, that's from your 3 gun midfielders. And then you've got your B class players who just flick through there at a various stages. Here's one of the 3. And doesn't kick it on.
Shannon Grant's had 26. So the attendance tonight
At Bill.
25,340.
Drew Petrie doing the ruck work now against Marsh. Spider having a spell.
Adelaide have got the Hawks next week in Adelaide. Kangaroos have got the Tigers. Eccles kick to half forward. Nobody really going. Burn. Back to Perry. He's a left footer. He's a left footer.
He's just a left footer, although he has got 5 tonight, the big kid. Big fella. And a lot of time for him. I reckon he can seriously play. And, gee, be seriously damaging if somebody got that foot working for him.
Just not enough Kangaroos have stood up, have they?
Nah. Undermanned.
Goodwin, good fly.
It's a pretty good play. Good lead by Stevens.
Kicked it out in front of him. Got it.
That opens it up now. And there are 34 men right of this kicker.
So Bickley decides just to go long and hard. Oh, Rasciuto takes a beauty.
It's party time now for the Crows.
He's had a big match, hasn't he, the captain? He's had a big game.
And I like that. He's gone straight back to where the mark was taken. He's marked it, and he knows exactly where the man on the mark is standing. And what a great leap from behind.
Does that every time, Horsey? He goes back and checks out where the mark was taken.
Yeah, Johnny Blakey just couldn't go with him.
They missed Archer's strength there. You just can't have him everywhere, can you?
Nope.
Archer would have stood up in the Jarman attack there.
Gee, he's led well, hasn't he? He's been a great captain tonight, Mark Rasciuto.
It's kick 3. He got a couple last week. 3 in the showdown against Port. 4 tonight.
Good return.
1 in every quarter. The other thing they're doing here is getting some percentage too. They're on 99 at the moment, and they're just getting it away again to 7 goals. Goodwin's been fantastic, hasn't he?
Oh, well, he just goes hard all the time.
Bickley again busy.
It's a good call here. He just crumples David King there.
Wouldn't have done it to Archer.
No, then Archer might have been able to at least force Rasciuto to jump a different angle or get a fist on it.
So the Crows 3 goals to nothing in this term. So Dennis Pagan asked for the supreme effort at 3/4 time, and they just haven't been able to find it. Harvey's worked hard. The kick's going to favour Bassett. Good mark.
That's going to hurt Bassett.
He made him earn it, didn't he, Sav?
He'll take a while getting up from that.
Kangaroos inside 50. Geez, gone is he, Bassett?
Well, there's a fair bit of weight coming down on you.
Bit of claret on the snoz.
So blood off. Kangaroos 9 times inside 50 for no goals this quarter. When Rocket kicked their 6th goal in the 3rd quarter, they were 9 times inside for 6.
They had great conversion in the 3rd quarter, didn't they? And this one, oh, nothing untoward. His head just got buried into the turf there.
Bigland's on.
Just there, Robert Shirley on Brent Harvey. Shirley, the number 12 player for the Crows, has just gone with Harvey all night. He's done a terrific job, the young Crow.
Had Camperelli taken off last week, Wolsey, so he's had a big fortnight, Shirley.
Well, he's getting good experience playing on champions like Camperelli and Harvey.
Edwards wide to Perry. Gee, Edwards has had a lot of it, 22. Perry.
10th possession coming up for Perry. He's kicked 5 goals, and this is only his 10th possession, but he's been Brilliant value for them up forward.
Well, with Stevens and Perry, they've had the two best forwards on the ground, haven't they?
That's the best kick of his career.
Long, high. Jarman was in the front spot. Rashudo for a 5th goal. He's kicked 5. The captain. Well, he had a funny start to the season, the Roo. He had a great game against Carlton, but not much after that for a while, not much before it. But boy, over the last month, has he been any good?
The thing about this Adelaide team, if they make it, they're probably pure A-grade midfielders. They've probably got the best collection of 3 starting A-grade midfielders.
Pretty happy.
Well, disappointment in the box, no doubt. It's been a big build-up. Adelaide have got 12 of their premiership players that beat the Kangaroos in 98 out there tonight.
Just been dominating at the centre clearances this final term too.
And again,
You do feel if they make the 8, they're going to be very hard to beat. Whoever they play, wherever they play in the opening week.
well, that collection of 3 A-graders that I talk about, they're just probably, as a collection, the best 3 midfielders in the one team.
Well, the tackle's all for the Kangas, but Adelaide probably have just had the ball so many more times.
They've been chasing them, haven't they? Just play simple, no-fuss footy, the Crows.
Yep.
Hard footy.
Corridor footy once again.
Does it remind you of their coach?
Yeah. Well, see that traffic there? He could get his way through that. Corridor footy, this is British Bulldogs. And I'm going to prompt our producer again to get a shot down the ground. Right now, just pull it out of nowhere while we talk about it. That's the way they play their footy. Have a look at that.
Just got to work on those zone defences.
They don't go very wide, do they? That's good to watch.
So it's an 8-goal game. Smart. Good, it was a catch, really, to be true, by Jones. He just put the hands up, didn't he? It was reflex.
Got to go to Sav here. He can kick at distance.
It's a neat kick. Archer, Rocker. Oh, good mark, Biglands. It's a strange player, Biglands. He's had a great fortnight. Byrne got it from Bickley. So Byrne immediately has been able to get into the play. Nice kick to Perry.
Coming up the ground now. He's relieved Stevens, who's worked pretty hard, sitting back further.
Eccles to Stevens. McLeod swoops. Lovely, neat kick to the pocket. Can Jarman turn king? Gave him a shove. Free kick.
You're a ripper, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's almost like Jarman said the I didn't know you were standing there. Didn't realise you had such a good view.
Because you missed every other one.
I wouldn't have done it that way then.
Yeah. Here's so McLaren to half forward. All the sting's gone out of it from the Kangaroos' point of view.
Yeah, it's fun time.
They've just fallen down across half forward. Hart, good kick. Perry couldn't quite, then scoops it really through. Smart's had a terrific match. Perry to Smart. Gee, this will top off a good game. He's kicked one, leans back. He hasn't kicked it. Jarman, no, it's a behind. Well, Adelaide's biggest win this year was 97 points over the Saints. Their second biggest win was last week over the Carlton by 53. And tonight, right now, they are leading by 49 points.
Well,
Bruce, the Crows have got a zone defence set up. First time. Let's see what happens. Can the Kangas get away?
Well, King, Bickley, no, they can't.
see, it's got him in confusion.
Hewitt gets it, bangs to full forward. Jarman!
It's off the post.
It's a goal. Jarman's kicked the goal. That zone defence was good, Wolsey.
Oh, it was sensational. First time they've used it, and that should convince them to stick with it.
Isn't it? There's some symmetry in this. I mean, Adelaide in 98 over the Kangas when really the Kangaroos had the game won at half-time. And look at Jarman. God, he's clever.
He is. He is. It's a terrific effort, isn't it? Nearly marked it.
I thought it came up the post for a second, but it didn't.
Shows you how good a job Archer did on him early, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's party time.
So 9 goals here. We're out to 55 points. So Carlton by 53 and the Kangaroos by 55 in consecutive weeks. Centre half forward. North have lost 4 games this year by over 10 goals. Only West Coast has a worse record. They've lost 6 by that margin.
Carey's got a jarred knee or groin just off screen here.
Shirley and Harvey. Sinclair.
Oh, the duck can't run.
No.
Rocker. out of play.
You're right, Dermot. Wayne Carey is really struggling to get out of a walk, and I just think he should come from the field. You know, 3 players for the Crows, Goodwin, Rashudo, McLeod, have pumped it into their forward 50 20 times tonight.
Well, here's Goodwin in the defensive 50. 5-1 to 3 points the Crows in this quarter. To think the Kangaroos got within 14 points in that third quarter. Eccles a bit off the side. Jarman really getting involved now.
He'll hit Perry here.
And lovely kick. Perry's onto it. Got it.
Lining up from probably the best position to kick a goal from him ever invented for his 6th. That's his biggest haul, isn't it?
Oh, 6 by far. I mean, going into the night, he'd kicked 8 goals this season.
He's got a jarred knee out of that.
Nice little block there by Hewitt too, just to keep McKernan out of the contest.
Watch his right leg as he hits and twists on it. Just below shot there.
Just everyone feeling good, aren't they? Jarman feels good. This young fellow who's going to kick a bag tonight feels good. Hewitt helped out. Well, he walked into it. He's been doing it all night and he's got away with it, but he walked into that kick.
That's his easy shot. Yeah, he's sore on that knee.
Now, look at the Crows. They've set up another zone defence, Dermot.
Oh, you love it, don't you? Kingy was fooled before. He's all right with it now.
To himself. And then out wide to Simpson. But Adelaide with all the answers here. Perry running hard still. Bang, long and hard. Welsh got it. Can't Perry on the burst kick it a long way?
He can, and well, twice they've set up a zone defence, twice it's come back. I like it.
Well, Jarman got a goal on the last one coming back. I wonder if Welsh can get a second here. This would make it a 10-goal game.
He's got a lot of ingenuity about him.
3 ex-Kangaroos in this Crows team.
Kicked 47 goals last year, Welsh, which is a huge return. He's got it.
He likes those. It's quite inventive, isn't it, the way he plays his footy?
It's a hard defeat for Dennis Pagan to swallow, though, isn't it? The way it's now happening. So Perry comes off for Biglands.
And a big smile on Ian Perry's face.
Who's been the better forward, Dermot? Perry or Stevens? Stevens has got 5. Perry's got 5.
It'd actually be unfair to name one over the other.
Fair enough.
Yep.
It must be hard to watch. A lot of blood spilled at this club over the last 8 years.
Oh, they've
Great
been
success.
Terrific. They've been terrific for almost a decade under Dennis Pagan.
They've been the role model, haven't they? They've been the benchmark. Who knows how long they'll be out of the top 4 again, but right now it's impossible to see them making the finals this season. They are out of it after tonight. And Adelaide are very much in, and poor Bassett, he just keeps getting knocked over.
What about the Marsh, the big ruckman's chase on Sinclair? Just terrific. This stage of the game, the game's won, but he's still pushing hard.
Well, Adelaide have kicked their biggest score for the year.
35th possession coming up for Andy McLeod. He might get it back with a give and get like this. No.
Stevens has kicked 5. Will he get 6? He does.
Well, that was a great change of direction. Out of the back line. They worked it across to McLeod, who took it down the stretch of the centre square, sprinted with it for 45, 50 metres, and a deft little give to Stevens inside 50. Yeah, his touch is better.
Been good.
In the second half of the year. Yeah, Andy McLeod's touch has been fantastic by foot tonight. That was probably his weakness earlier in the year. That's a big win. 25 on the board, and that means the opposition's defence is in trouble. And they were. Mick, yeah, you called it. Wayne Carey coming off the ground here. And look, he hasn't had a lot of it. Put your hands together. He's playing it tough.
Simpson to Sinclair, so their great champion Wayne Carey from the ground. Harvey, let's hope he can go back and kick a goal.
Well, he never gives up, this little fella. Wayne Carey, a 12-possession game.
Well, it's a huge win for Adelaide. For Gary Ayres and the club, a triumph for them. Dennis Pagan was about to talk to Wayne Carey on the phone.
Now, Adelaide should get their big numbers back here, because when it comes down to the scratch out at the end of round 22, they want as best percentage as they can have.
Can Harvey kick a goal at the end?
with a floater.
He's done an Ian Perrion goal. Floated it through.
A very good miss.
So Harvey gets the last goal of the match. But Adelaide win by 10 goals. It's their second biggest win of the year. For the 5th time this year, the Kangaroos lose by 60 points or more. Andrew McLeod was outstanding. Some goodwill between the two teams. But it was Adelaide's night, and Rashudo led for the front tip up.
Come here. And here we are. There we are. Well, what great captain's game tonight, but more importantly, you've won it, and you're knocking on the finals door now.
Yeah, we're in with a chance. We've got another 2 games. Hopefully, Collingwood won't do the right thing and beat Essendon. So, destiny's in our own hands. If we can keep winning, we'll make it.
Such a great game for everybody. Ian Perry's best game for the Crows tonight with 5 goals. 5 goals yourself. Mark Stevens has kicked 6.
Yeah, we've got the last few weeks about a real team effort, probably the best we've played in a couple of years. We had glimpses of it against Port Adelaide. Last week against Carlton was probably our best game, and tonight was equally as good.
Mate, give us a smile to everybody back home. That's it. Well done, Rube.
Stephen says Wayne Carey. So...
Heard the siren, didn't bother picking up.
Yep. God, that picture tells a story, doesn't it? Just for tonight. So the Crows by 10 goals here over the Roos.